Hey, we live, and Nathaniel Cadogan's already here. Of course he is. What's up, Nathaniel? All right, let me just format my life here so that I can see my face. Whoa, okay, forgot to mute the playback that has the chat. That's confusing because then I hear myself talk to myself, and that's weird. Hi, Derp Tank. Hi, Jordan P. Hey, KW. So I realized that I decided to make my live stream at the same time that the High Council is happening. Whoops! Glad you're all here, though. That just means that those of you who are here instead of there, I just appreciate you that much more. So, instant agreement about the title. Well, that's good. So I do want to get to that. Your beliefs don't matter. I want to get to that. I really want to talk a lot about that tonight. So Derp Tank, a lot as in a lot is up. Talk to me. Boo. New subscriber, Dalnart, welcome. I'm glad that you love the rants. Sorry, I realized I could not see all of the chat. There we go. Johnny Doy is hi. I'm ready to be mad at the world alongside you. Huzzah! Okay. Man, I want to share some like personal recent stories because I have some and other things. Just lots of things. Oh, thank you, David Presley. Thank you for being here. So yeah, there's a lot we're gonna talk about. Someone remind me in about 15 minutes to click publish on my video because I'm also posting a video at the same time. Because instead of being on top of things, I just did work from my bed for most of the day and was like, nah, I should shower so that my hair can dry so I can do a video. I haven't seen the No Ghostbusters trailer yet because I'm a bad person. So I've heard things. I've heard that it looks very good from multiple sources. My feeling on that is still like, I'm like, are people that excited about it just because we want to reclaim Ghostbusters after the shit movie? But I mean, realistically, no Ghostbusters is ever going to be as good as the first Ghostbusters was. So, it is what it is. Turn on Wi-Fi. Still pixelated. I'm sorry. I don't know why. You cuss more than I did in the Marines. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, Jack Sparrow, but you're here, so that's good. Yay, Nathaniel Cadogan. I'm sorry this week is awful for you. I'd love to hear about it. I'm having this problem where like parties aren't fun for me anymore. And it's for a very specific reason. We're gonna get to that. We're still warming up here. We're gonna let people show up. As people filter in, as we get more and more dudes going, we'll talk about more interesting things. The original one is just that was ice rattling. That's actually that's a glass of water chillaxing there. Damn, which just reminded me that I left my other water somewhere else. Other water, bubble water. I have so many things of liquid. I have my fizzy water that I didn't finish yet. I'm obsessed with sparkling water. That's like an obsession. It's an obsession of mine. I have other things. I have an exciting beverage. So, fun fact, it is illegal to ship alcohol internationally through the post. And Black Panther Best Picture nominations, and this is announced by the Oscars. But we'll talk about the Oscars. Don't worry, we'll talk about the Oscars. Nathaniel, I'm sorry. Yeah, I've been there. I mean, not really. I've sort of had the opposite problem. Not the opposite problem. I've had a similar problem, but it manifests differently in females, I think, than males, which is, it's basically like, I haven't been friend zoned a bunch of times. I have been once or twice, and it sucks. I actually got friend zoned by somebody that I really, really, really thought we had a serious connection to. And good day. Michael Stott, welcome. But anyway, so I was saying, and I thought we had a connection, and then I got totally. It was like even worse than. I mean, we're still friends, but it was basically I told him how I felt, and he was just like, "Okay, that was it. That was it." I think I even said like, I have a huge crush on you, right? And he was like, "Yep," and then we just didn't address it ever again. Hey, Normie's side. That like normal people committing suicide, or is it killing? No, sorry, that'll be killing normal people. I'm about that. I'm about killing normal people. So I like that name. That is indeed what it means. Welcome. Glad you caught this live stream. Jensen, if you want to tell us about it, David Jensen, I'm happy to listen. Oh, Nathaniel, I'm sorry. I have a friend who's going through the same thing as well. Donner, you're not wrong. What the problem I had a lot of times though was as a female person, it's really easy to get a guy to have sex with you. But then it was a lot harder to get him to actually be invested in me or care about me. So it was like being the opposite of friend zone. It was being dick zoned, I guess, where it's like, oh, well, we can have sex, we can totally bang, but I don't have any feelings for you, and I never will. Which is not to say I go around catching feelings all the time. I really don't. I'm very good at not doing that in point of fact. And it wasn't necessarily that I desperately wanted to date any of these guys. It was more the sense, this overwhelming sense that I started to get when I would get attention from men, which was that all they cared about was getting in my pants and not me as a human being. So, watching the bar for this video struggle to reach the end, so sad. It's so satisfying. It's like, oh, there's no more video. Oh wait, but there's constantly more being made. I hear you, Ripjaw Studios. I love things like that. New Super Mario Bros. Movies coming soon. Yeah, I loved the old live action one. It was terrible. Hi, Chet Manley. Yeah. So, no problem, Nathaniel. I'm always like, my favorite thing in times of hardship, is the super cliched phrase, which comes from a great little Zen story that I will tell you now, which goes like this. A emperor, like the emperor of China or something, asked some dude to go find him something that will make any happy occasion sad and any sad occasion happy. And this man gave him the phrase, "This too shall pass." And I try not to think of that during happy moments. Or sometimes I do, to remind myself that this moment that I'm living in is fleeting and I should enjoy it to the fullest because it's not going to be here forever. That I shouldn't just take it for granted. And then the flip of that is anytime you are suffering, it's temporary. It's always temporary. I've used that phrase to get me through a lot of shit. In fact, it's got to be on the quote wall somewhere. No, maybe it's not actually. Maybe I was in a good place when I made this quote wall. I don't have "this too shall pass." If you guys ever notice me throwing "this too shall pass" up on the wall, you know I'm going through something. That's how you'll know. The Mario movie, yeah. Hi, Victor Betancourt. I think I've seen you around before. Flaming TP is here. I saw that. That's great. Dick zoned is now in my vocabulary. There you go. There's a new one. Dick zoned. That'll be the next one from Mindless. I got dick zoned by Mindless Entertainment. That'll actually, like, the subtle meaning to that would just basically be, and I'm a whore, if like 100 of you start walking around with that shirt on. Like, oh yeah, we all got fucked and discarded by Jesse. Because I'm not a whore, I'm a player. There's a difference. The difference is that I own my shit. I'm glad that helped, Nathaniel. I'm always here, man. Yeah. So those things. So yeah, I'm sorry to hear you people going through the things. Love my rants on the way historically trashed the Star Wars franchise. Yeah. There's another one coming out in a few minutes, actually. It's uploading currently. It's gonna be ready to go live very soon. Let's see, it's got about 6 minutes remaining, and then you will have another rant from me on stuff. My beliefs super matter. Misogynist. I am a misogynist, though. Like, it's bad sometimes. No, I am. I don't even saw my tweet, but I am the textbook of toxic masculinity, and it's great. Angelica Pertuda, welcome. I'm glad that you like my videos. I'm glad you think I'm awesome. Look, more women on my channel. That's always exciting because, man, if we're talking about diversity quotas, I'm super failing in the women department. Like 98% of my viewers are dudes. So diversity quotas are important. Disney told me that. So there you go. More Star Wars rants. You're welcome, Paladin Gaming. I do what I can. Last Jedi is non-canon. Force Awakens is non-canon for me too. I can't abide that shit. Neither is Solo. The only one I can kind of accept is Rogue One. I like that one. I enjoyed it. Yeah. I go through things. Just went through some salmon sushi. Crushing it. I had bacon and eggs for breakfast, which was also kind of dinner at like 5. So, oh, thanks, Mr. Santra. Wilhelm scream. Oh! That's, I just read and scream sometimes. Yeah. Aw, thanks, Dolnar. Oh my god, super diversity! Or is that like anti-diversity? Because does that mean that the only kind of women that I can get to watch my channel are ones that were born biologically male? because that's kind of an upsetting commentary in its own right. But anyway, I'll take the diversity because you will be my shield when people at Lucasfilm try to tell me that I'm, bigoted. That's obviously, the only reason why we keep diversity around. No, it's not. I keep people around who are worthwhile, and I don't give a rat's ass anything else about them. So, Cynic, I left a dope comment on one of your videos. I blame misogynies for how it was annoying. I'm sorry, Sinister Cynic. Was it not posted within the first 24 hours of my video going live? Because if it wasn't, then I probably just forgot that video had been made because I made another one. So, ha ha ha. By Rocco and Boondock Saints 2 after, yeah, that is some epic toxic masculinity. Damn. That movie, if you haven't seen Boondock Saints, I haven't seen 2 in forever. I think I watched it drunk once. I don't remember too much about it, but I do remember that speech. Oh, eons later. Yeah, that's why, bro. Blame toxic. You're too slow. Thanks, Angelica. I'm glad you enjoyed the Gillette analyses. That's just how I say words sometimes. I'm not as tired as I was last live stream. If you guys were here for that, I was super tired is the word, but I'm still tired. I'm just less tired. Anyway, thank you. I'm glad that if anyone hasn't seen my Gillette ad, watch it. My Gillette response to the ad. That's kind of a little bit of some of what's prompted this the title of this stream and what will be the topic. But before we get to that, I just want to point out that I have a heated blanket right now, and I'm really excited about it. I'm turning it on to keep my tootsies warm. I call them my tootsies. She didn't feel comfortable coming over to my place because she was dating someone. Oh, I'm sorry. That's rough. Rocco is dope. Oh my god, the cat though. I want to buy your brain. You want to buy my brain? Are you open to offers? Yeah, but it's got a high starting point. A heated bowl of ice cream. Do you mean a bowl of dairy soup? So also, there's this thing. So, FYI, we play a game. For those of you, I know we have a lot of new subscribers, which is awesome. Okay, Paladin. Hey Rob Gagnon, what's up? Shaz was saying we got a lot of new subscribers. And so some of you may or may not know about deep fried ice cream. There you go. About the Mindless Entertainment drinking game. We do the Mindless Entertainment drinking game, which is you super chat, I drink. So that's always fun for me because I drink, and fun for you because you can play along at home with also alcohol or something else. Have you seen Eggard Watch's response to Gillette? I have heard about this one, but I haven't. Somebody else told me to watch it, but I got to do it. No, Brian Dorchek, I have not. It's still an open tab on my computer, though. It's still actually an open tab there. So, yeah. So drinking games are fun. Super chats start the drinking. And I have a really exciting thing to drink tonight, so someone should definitely send a super chat so I can drink, because this doesn't look that exciting. If this looks like a half a glass of chilled water to you, you would be correct. It is a half a glass of chilled water. Hi, Super Neil Comics. But this, if you thought this looks like a giant bottle of cleaning supplies, you would be the person who read the customs form, because my friend just successfully illegally shipped alcohol through international mail so that I could have his homebrewed pear cider. Now, this is a super concentrated form of it, hence the half a glass of water. I have been informed under no uncertain terms that I should cut it with water in order to get the full maximum palatability of this thing. That's all right, Brandon Allen. Some people probably won't be. And then I could, if I choose, taste it without cutting it, but then I should start out with it this way so I don't ruin it for myself. Anyway. So the super chats will start the drinking, and I'm very excited to try this. So please, somebody send a super chat. But now we'll get, if you guys have had enough time to shipping ranch dressing to Australia, impossible. Bam. Rum and vodka just had moonshine. Moonshine is a little scary. Homebrew cider is dope. Men are dumb, Sinister Cynic. People are dumb in general, I like to think. Yeah, so the reason that, let me check on my video and see if it's ready to be posted yet before I start diving into super huge topic. It's processing. All right. So we're gonna talk about other things just until that video gets live, so that because I'm gonna post it up once that happens, and I don't want to distract myself from the full-on rant that is getting ready to happen. So yes, we are amping up to epic rant. Again, super chats will kick off the drinking game. So those are important. And aside from that, there's a good bootlegger in Boston. The police are the quality control. Nice. That's how it was. Oh, I mean, I watched stuff about the bootlegging era during the 20s, and that stuff's crazy. I love it. All right. Rey is Luke's clone. She was cloned from a severed hand by the Empire. Her parents were no one. Interesting theory, actually. Really shitty cloning job. She doesn't look anything like him. But aside from that, Twinkings, what's up? Welcome. Thanks, Angelica. You sweet. I like you. Yeah, that's such an interesting theory that I haven't really heard before. So I dig that one. If that is true, I don't know, man. I don't know. Alrighty. So she looks enough like an old man to me. She does not. She looks like a 12-year-old little elf child. Shouldn't switch to my famous MGTOW name just to super chat donate. Bad optics. That's bad. I mean, that's bad for you. It's fine for me, but that's not so great for you. To be like, I'm a man going my own way, but I'm giving money to women because they like to talk. Okay, so you somehow have swastikas attached to your name. You're going away forever. Goodbye. Yeah, goodbye. Brian Dorchek says drink. That guy go away. Yeah, that was fucked up. So heads up, guys. I'm Jewish. I don't want your swastikas anywhere near my content. All right. So here we go. Opening the cider. It smells like alcohol, as it should. Gonna fill up my cup. Blammo. Ooh, that's pretty. Isn't that a booty? All right. That was beauty. Said like a child. Not booty. That's not a booty. That's yeah, fun fact, Jews didn't really own black slaves because we were busy getting persecuted in Europe during that time in history. So, okay, how are you back? I did not do this right. Okay, goodbye forever. Yeah, you're gone. So, yeah, fuck that shit. Yeah. No. So, yeah, you're gonna go in timeout to think about what you said, Makulags LLC, and if you come back with your anti-Semitic bullshit, then you're gonna go away again. Because I'm sorry, I love it. Someone recently also spewed this narrative. Oh, I got a drink. Hold on, this is gonna be a beautiful moment in all of our lives, but mostly mine. Ooh, that's real nice. I'm trying to describe this flavor for you. Sorry, there's like a lot of drinks. It's like almost savory. It's not super sweet, and it's not super dry either. It's like almost savory. Like it's very does my hair get drunk? My hair does get drunk. It absolutely does. Really, really tasty. Really very, I'm gonna be drinking this tonight. It's gonna be great. Yeah, it's like almost savory. I really dig it. Oh, them Jew haters coming down for that march. Yeah. So this is really funny. Someone else said this to me recently too, that they were like, oh, the Jews are responsible for the slave trade. I'm like, Yo, back when the slave trade started, pretty sure a lot of Jews still weren't allowed to own property. So, all right, fuck off with your distinguish anti-Semitism and criticizing Jews, folks, just so we all know. All right, so I'm using the word anti-Semitism literally means anti-brown people, basically, but I'm using it to mean anti-Jewish in this context because that's the popular connotation for it. That's what most people use it as. So anyway, yeah, I'm with you, Brian Dorchek. I'm with you. So Professor Vez, that is actually accurate. I haven't pressed. Is it even real? I've just been enjoying the way it looks. I know that's unusual. Here we go. Getting the hair involved. Yeah, the Jews are responsible for a lot of your favorite films because that whole thing about what we own Hollywood, yeah, that one actually is true. I just need to find out who all the Hollywood owning Jews are so they can start hooking me the fuck up. All right, so that was good. And how are you not uploaded yet? It's almost done processing. All right, so we're getting ready to post that video, and after which we can talk about the thing that we're here to talk about. All right, send me more super chats so I can drink more of this delicious beverage because I like it. An Irish Jew, those are rare indeed. I love Jewish people too because I love myself. I don't hate myself. That would be wrong of me. Yeah. Jurassic Park, producers, Young Frankenstein, all true. K.A. Roberts, well said. Why can't we all just get along? I dig it. I'm about that. What have the Romans ever done for us? So there we go. All right. Okay. Yeah, the British had a lot to do with the trade there. You guys are good. Israel is amazing. Israel's really, really great. All right, so my video's almost done processing, so I can post it. Drink for my new favorite Jew. I've probably been your favorite Jew for a minute. You just didn't realize I was Jewish, Brian Dorchek. Thank you for the super chat. I will drink more of this delicious beverage. Oh la la. Num 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 num. It's I like it a lot. Michael Lindorf, thank you for the super chat. Drink. I will drink. I'm going to have a great time drinking this. But after this glass, I'm probably going to switch to something else because I don't want to drink it all up in one night. So why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends? It's a good choice. It's a good choice there. All right. So we are going to get to tonight's official topic. Oh, I'm uploaded. So put this in your watch queue. It's got to upload the thumbnail too. Just kidding. This is the thing. If I don't ever upload the thumbnail, then it's not going to post the thumbnail when I try to share it. I got to share it. And I got to do some things on it. You get the behind the scenes look at me doing things. How do I tag people in chat? I've never figured that out. I usually just at them. I don't know. It is a huge glass. It's half water, but then again, it's half water because the original liquid is so super concentrated that it's supposed to be. I think my puppy might be Jewish. Sorry, Sinister Cynic, since you are not Jewish, you don't get to make jokes like that. You're going back in time. You're going into timeout. Bam. I'm a firm believer. I mean, like, you can make jokes like that. I can also say your joke isn't funny. Fuck right off. So that's yeah, because freedom of speech, right? You can say I made a funny joke, and I can say your joke is stupid. Make better jokes. Because it's not even that I'm offended by that joke. Oh my god, it's so offensive. It's just like, really, if you're gonna make a Jew joke, at least put some effort into it. At least be that guy. What's his face? Was it Count Dankula who like taught his dog to Kyle Zafir? That was effort. And it was funny, and it was actually done specifically to be a comment on how awful, on how disgusting Nazis are, because it was the whole point. Oh, holler, Cheryl Jeremy, what's up, right? So like, put some effort if you're going to lean into just crappy stereotypes. Put some effort in. I do not accept your pathetic attempts at making Jew jokes without any thought or effort. If you ever fight a war against a giant flightless bird, all human issues go out the window. Humanity first. This is true. Are you referring to the ostrich wars, or was the emu wars? It was the emu wars, right? because I heard about that shit, and that's hilarious, and I love it. Ryan Young, you're right. It would be. Yes. Imagine a Thanksgiving emu. Yum. At least give me some gelt first, then you're ha 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 ha. That joke is insensitive to diabetics, Derek Morgan, because gelt is made out of sugar. Yeah, the emus won. They did. That's the best part about the emu war. They just straight won. Oh god. Yeah, in case you guys don't know about the emu war, the Australians waged war on emus because they were overrunning everything and fucking up crops and stuff. And so they waged war on the emu population to try to kill the emus. And oh, good night, Super Neil Comics. Thank you for being here. And they couldn't. They just couldn't get the emus under control, so they eventually had to give up. All right, fine, Derek Morgan, you're allowed. Yeah, they lost the war to the emus. So, okay, goodbye, Gulags LLC. You seem like a troll and an asshole, so you're gone now. Boop, 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 boop. There are things we don't tolerate on this channel, and it's consistently being an asshole. Those are the only things we have no tolerance for. Drink! Where's the crazy German guy? What got you into fencing? Asks 23 Revan 84. I will drink. The crazy German guy, you mean my good friend Wolfgang? In Germany, where he lives, I would assume. He's probably asleep right now. That's so good, because right now it's like 5 a.m. there. So what got me into fencing? The Princess Bride and Gladiator, which I was actually just watching last night again because I love it. The Princess Bride, I was like, that, I want to do fencing. Now I know what fencing is. I want to do it. And then Gladiator was like, oh man, hot damn. Swords are a part of my future. They will be a part of my future. And since people don't really teach you how to fight in an arena with a gladius anymore, I elected for fencing. And I love it. It's like a huge, I mean, fencing is my life in so many ways. Which is funny to me because someone actually wrote a book called Fencing is My Life. And now he coaches in my area, and I just think of him in my brain as Mr. Fencing is My Life because people, when that book came out, everybody was just touting it, and it was everywhere, and they're like, oh my god, get this book. And I was like, okay. So what am I doing here? All right, so my video is live, guys. So once you're done the live stream or at the same time, I don't know, or you can take a 15-minute break and check this out. There is a new Mindless Entertainment video. Boop, 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 boop. That I'm posting places now. More Star Wars branding. Made the catharsis. That's not how you spell catharsis. Catharsis never end. Yes, I'm narrating my tweet to you as I write it. That's on Twitter now. And now I gotta get posted on Facebook. So you guys are getting, this is the behind the scenes of how Jesse does life. The emo war lasted 8 days in 1932. There were 2 separate waves of it though. Gladiator emus. Yeah, ooh, I missed the Princess Bride throwback. Where was it? Where was it? I missed it. I'm sad now. Yes! Inconceivable! Very good. Fun fact, don't ever play the Princess Bride drinking game, or, well, our version. Our version was basically, I mean, it was like, so it started out sensibly. It started out for like, drink for As You Wish, drink for Inconceivable, drink for the Dangers of the Fire Swamp, extra drink for the ROUSs, drink for any reference to Six-Fingered Man, stuff like that. Brian Dorchek! Anakin's lightsaber survives Clone Wars, kills Count Dooku, handed to son, gets lost for decades, then is found by Rey, and she breaks it halfway into the second movie. Yep. Definitely Rey's lightsaber. Definitely, totally belongs to her. Definitely meaningful as you know, belonging to Rey. This is why we can't have nice things. Kill the past. Which is like, you can't have it both ways, Star Wars. You can't be like, we sent Rey in here to kill the past, literally by breaking the old lightsaber, but now we're attributing that lightsaber to her, because for some reason she has some ownership. So back to what I was saying, the drinking game for Princess Bride eventually devolved into drink for any iconic line, which is every single line in that movie. So you just die, basically. This is my $10 drink. Oh. tasty, tasty pear cider. So yeah, what ended up happening was I believe we had to go buy a cake for some reason after that. And we walked to the store, or we walked to the bar after that at some point. I was just screaming and going, like, I wasn't even trying to make sound. This is apparently a thing that drunk people do sometimes when they get way too drunk, is like, we stop making sounds. We're like, hey, hey, ah, 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 ah. So I was doing that. I actually had somebody do that to me. He got really, really hammered, and he was like, check this out. Ah! And I was like, very good job, Brennan. You yelled loud. Hooray. All right, Flaming TP, if you say so. All right, posting my video places. Let's see. Yes. Yes, we're still talking about Disney Star Wars. Deal with it. Sassy voice. Chash frash. Sorry, I posted a couple more places, and then I gotta do things. And sorry guys that I'm doing both of my I'm doing work while I'm working. It's very sad. But I'm giving you my amazing Valley Girl voice, which everybody loves all the time, right? Oh, Pillbox, we love you, Jesse. I love you too, Pillbox. J-Manatrix, this is very live indeed. Everybody say hi to the J-Manatrix. Mel would never get married. Maybe. Maybe not. Oh, Wookie Jesse. Oh, I can't do a good Wookie. That's the best as I get. Oh, Queen is speaking of which, I don't know if you guys saw, this was back when the first time Ivan came to Los Angeles, and he and Madam Kelly and I did a lot. We did like a super hammered live watch of George of the Jungle because Ivan had never seen it before. It was so much fun. Oh my god. Oh, leaf on the wind. Jesse, are you a Jedi? Maybe. You have a boyfriend? If not, I will shoot my shot. As in, like, drink your drink, or as in, like, make your move? I do have a boyfriend, sorry. But, you know, that's all. I have my Facebook set to pirate. Anybody else? Anybody else still have their Facebook set to pirate because they think they're hilarious? That's around. Bam! My entire like Facebook pages are just my videos over and over again because I don't really do good things. Yeah. Anyone else still in Pirate Speak? MySpace only. Would. If you're a Jedi, can I be your Padawan? Sure. Oh, thanks, Donar. Tony's doing great. By the way, that's fun fact. If you guys saw my video yesterday, my the best a man can get video of a man stroking a cat. That man is Tony. That's my boyfriend. I said it to pirate because I likes me rum. Yes, does I. As does I. God, English language. You'd think it wasn't my first one the way that I utilize it. All right, so let's see here. Let's edit this video. You put some things in it. So fun fact, because of algorithm and the algorithm and stuff like that, apparently the algorithm doesn't like it when you link off of YouTube. So what I started doing is I made a little video called Get Involved with ME, because the acronym of Mindless Entertainment is me, which makes me really happy because I'm a narcissist. And so I made a little video with all the information, which that particular video does contain all the external links for my mailing address, my social media, my t-shirts, my Patreon, etc. And I've just been dropping that at the bottom, at the end screen for all my videos, to hopefully get the word out there about the things that I'm doing. So fun facts, little, again, behind the scenes stuff. Yeah, let's repost freedom of speech done right. I like that video. Well, that one's less relevant. Let's keep people falling down the rabbit hole by posting whatever one I made 5 days ago. I don't remember what this one is. I got Disney Star Wars let's see what the rest is. The Problems Never End. Okay. What was that one about, Jesse? Anybody remember? Who wants to tell me? The one where I'm wearing the fluffy. This is so bad. It's my own goddamn work, and I'm like, I don't even remember what it's about. The last Star Wars video I made where I'm wearing the fluffy scarf. No, I don't have. I'm not diagnosed narcissistic personality disorder. I don't think I'm actually like personality disorder level. I just have some narcissistic tendencies. Yeah. Anybody remember what that video was about? Oh my God, Han, what the fuck? My cat just made the most ridiculous sounding. What? He's just over there like waka 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 waka. Greetings, Starsiege player. Welcome. What's up? What kind of lightsaber would you like to have? You're a Jedi or a Sith? Like color or like handle style? I really like Obi-Wan's handle style. I like I don't know, I want an orange one. Han might be fighting with Lando though. Story way through the videos. Oh, are you guys playing? They're playing. They're fighting. That's why. What is going? Oh my God. My cats are both inside a giant cardboard box and they're fighting with each other in it. It's amazing. Yeah, I legit don't remember what I made that video about, so that's funny. Cool. Let's find out though. Maybe I'll go play it and see what it's about. Oh, this one seems to be performing well so far. That's exciting. Okay. But no, let's go back to my channel and discover what that one was about. All right, you guys ready to listen to the first few minutes of a video or some middle minutes, because that will tell me what it's actually about. All right, Jesse, talk.
This power. So it turns out, the New Republic is.
Oh, right. It was a Patreon suggestion. That's what it was. That reminds me of another Patreon suggestion to get to by the end of the month. It was the lack of logic in the building of the world that allows the First Order to rise to power, basically. So how do they fight each other? They usually play fight. I think they're going at it a little more intensely because they're both in the box together. So yeah. Okay. So now that I've bored you all to death by not paying attention to you, Jesse, listening to Jesse. Whoa. Yeah, crazy, right? So I made the title of this live stream that your beliefs don't matter. And it's not because I hate you and don't care what you think. It's not the reason. The reason is, oh, hi, Whiskey Tango. It's all right. I'm actually just getting to the meat of the stuff. So of course everyone is now gone. So we've lost we're down 20 people from when I was supposed to start talking about this. All right. So and this is really all coming to me more and more and more because of all the conversations I end up having, which is this thing happens when I go to Frankie SD. You're on YouTube, so I would hope that YouTube got you here. I met Jeremy. I reached out to him. I reached out to Geeks and Gamers, and I was like, "Hey, I want to do a collaboration." He was like, "I'm too busy to collaborate here. Just make me a video, and I'll put it on my channel. You seem cool." So he did, and he was like, "Yeah, your video is great, and you're awesome." And Matthew Bush, super excited to meet you next weekend. Me too, man. Me too. Capital Clash 2019. Matthew Bush is also a fencing referee, which brings me back to the story I was telling. Yum. The story I was telling, which is that, so this thing happens where I go to parties and I meet new people, and they're like, "Oh, what do you do?" And I get to say, I'm a national fencing referee and a YouTube personality. Naturally, especially in Los Angeles, where everyone's like, "Oh, YouTube, whatever." You say you're a national fencing referee, everyone latches onto that. They're like, "Oh, that's so interesting. Tell me more about that." And I'm like, "Well, I travel around the country and sometimes world refereeing fencing." And that's sort of the end of the conversation, unless they have actually more leading questions to ask, because it turns out that talking about a sport that not a lot of people know real things about and have any insight into the world of is really boring. So everyone latches onto that, but it's like, all right, I don't really have anything more to say on that front. So that conversation's dead now. And then we move on to, of course, the next one. Okay, well, that wasn't a very interesting thing to talk about. What's your YouTube channel about? Well, my YouTube channel is about aggressive centrism. It's about poking holes in the problems with the extreme ideologies on both sides of the political spectrum and navigating our way, thank you, Star Siege Player, navigating our way through this complicated and polarized political time by trying to find a way through the middle that focuses on intellectualism, common sense, and listening rather than yelling and screaming your ideological beliefs at one another. You can imagine where it goes from there. Now, interesting things happen. In the sport offensive, you cannot fence with two swords. Personally, I can handle a sword fairly well with both hands. So, yeah. So then this interesting thing happens when you start to get into that. Every now and then, you're blessed by finding somebody who, even if they have different beliefs than you, can still have a really, really phenomenal conversation, respectful conversation with you about whatever you think, whatever you agree, disagree with. Some fun nights when you just want to kick back and rant, you find someone who's totally in alignment, and you just get to continue bitching about the things that piss you off together. Other times, the things happen that happened to me on Saturday night, where you meet somebody who is somehow offended that I didn't like the Gillette ad. A man, by the way, a man who tells me that he is a non-traditional man. He has never felt comfortable with traditional masculinity. Therefore, he loved the Gillette ad because it finally made him feel included. And I was like, all right, what about me? The Gillette ad that lists all of these behaviors, many of which I possess and have done and do with frequency, and tells me these are masculine behaviors. These are problematic masculine behaviors that we need to root out of mankind. That leaves me completely out of the conversation. I'm not targeted or lauded by this commercial. I'm ignored. I'm pushed out of this commercial now. It's ma'am. So yeah, I mean, stereotypical NPC, very much so, except like I almost wanted a more stereotypical NPC or SJW, because those will just be like, I'm offended, and walk away. Like, they'll just walk away because they physically can't tolerate listening to you talk. This one insisted on continuing to talk to me. And then the thing happens that always happens when you talk to a super woke boy, which is that you end up having a man mansplaining feminism to you. And it's like, all right, we're done now. And then it happened again. So it finally took, because I eventually said, I was like, look, the perspective we're missing here is a man who does feel comfortable with traditional masculinity. We're missing his opinion, but he's not a toxic man. We're missing his opinion on this matter. And if we don't have that opinion, he's like, well, I'm telling you the opinion. I'm like, no, you're not, because you're not that group that we're looking for. He's like, I'm offended that you don't think I am. I'm like, you literally just told me that you're not. You told me. This is not me marginalizing you or offending you. I'm just repeating your words. And that was like, there were other moments in this conversation where I word for word repeated something he said to me back to him. And he was like, that's offensive. Or that's not what I believe. I'm like, you just said that to me. I'm not making this shit up. I'm not explaining back to you what you said to me. Jesus. Brian Dorchek, targeted representation leads to bad stuff. Damn straight it does. Targeted anything. Let's not target people. Let's include them, guys. And it took me and two other people to be like, all right, let's just drop it and have fun, okay? It took me and two other people doing a shot, and all of us doing a shot of whiskey together. Oh, no, he was for real, because we came back to this later on that night. We go outside, and there's a big old halo around the moon, which is beautiful. This is the day before the eclipse. And we get onto Star Wars. This was my favorite part. My favorite part of this whole conversation that we had during the entirety of the night was when he said to me, you can't honestly tell me that there isn't more diversity in The Force Awakens than there was in the original trilogy. And I was like, yes, I can. There is not more diversity in The Force Awakens than in the original trilogy. Done. Andrew Malachinsky asks, do you have an email I can contact you through? I do indeed. I will type my business email right here, and that is me.mindless enter not Etner entertainment at gmail.com. There you go. So yeah, he was like you and anyway, so we started talking and he just kept cutting me off. And I was like, and I just walked away. I was like, I'm not gonna do this. I'm not here to have you interrupt me and yell at me about why you think I'm wrong when you're not even gonna listen to me. I'm done. Yelling so loud the mic cut out for a sec. Ha! The internet cannot handle my yelling, is what's up. So, yeah, so that was just like, anyway, additional mansplaination. And by the way, mansplaining is not a term I apply exclusively to men. It's definitely a thing that a lot of men tend to do. Oh, Andrew, sorry. Well, fine, whatever. Don't email me. Jeez. So mansplaining is a term I ascribe it to both genders. It definitely happens most often, I think, when women start to do professions that men traditionally have done. And it's not even like, but again though, it's not even just like a man to woman thing. It's definitely also a man to man thing and like a woman to man thing and a woman to woman thing. Like I think I like the I think I mean there is actually in this particular instance where like with the term mansplaining, I will say that I'm okay with attaching a gender to it because the science is there for mansplaining. There were studies that were done about groups of people, like where they sat down and did focus groups, and they thought the focus group was about something else. What the focus group was actually about was observing how often men cut off women versus how often men cut off men, or women cut off men, or women cut off women. And how many times a man tried to condescendingly over-explaining. Exactly, Jamie Fife. Mansplaining, another term for condescending. Yeah. I think for me, like mansplaining is specifically it's when you're condescendingly over-explaining something that the other person knows as much or more about than you. Like it's the assumption that you automatically know more about this than the other person does. Women, like womansplaining, let's think if we can define what womansplaining would be, because I feel like it's different from mansplaining. I feel like, I mean, traditionally men have been in the workforce for longer than women. There are a lot of fields that are dominated by men. Men sometimes have the assumption that they know more about this thing than women because it's traditionally this field has been majority men. So over explanation is an assumption. Yeah, that's fair. So it's just a stereotype of women like women talk more. There you go. So I think that's for me what womansplaining would be. Womansplaining is when a woman says the same thing in a slightly different way. Oh, good night, Nathaniel. Thanks for being here. I'm glad we cheered you up a little bit. I think womansplaining is like when guys mansplain Star Wars to me. I'll bet they do. Laura, it's a short story. Welcome to the live stream. We love it when Laura's here. Laura, why aren't you a mod yet? I'm gonna make you a mod because I love you and I care about you and you're important to me. Bam! Nope, that was not the button. There it is. You have the power. You have the power. So yeah. My pleasure, Rich Branch. Which fun for me. Do you like Toothless the Dragon? I love it. Nearly broke down with doing heavy work and need urgent help, like medical, because then you should probably call somebody because I'm not a doctor. But womansplaining, I think, yeah, is when a woman goes on and like says the same thing in only a slightly different way over and over and over again and won't stop. That's womansplaining. Anyway, I have the power. Thank you, Rising Underdog. Fun fact: the branding for my agents, my talent management company, is the underdogs. Because it actually works really, really well. Like my you want to talk about minorities? My manager is like every minority. She is a female, obviously. She's gay, she's black, and she's a veteran. She's a wounded veteran, no less. She's like all of the above. And so she dealt with a lot of shit because, as everybody knows, the academy is not as progressive as it likes to walk around touting itself as being. HTTYD. Which one's How to Train Your Dragon? Oh, I love that. This is a good movie. Yes, this is a good movie. Hi, nostalgia fan. What's up? Good evening to you. the minority is very strong with her. So, delete system by the numbers, you're correct. Minority is not a great word for it. Historically targeted group. How about that? Now all she needs is Islam and she'll have the straight flush. So she's dealt with a lot of bullshit because we have not talked about the Oscar nominations yet. We will talk about that. He's dealt with a lot of bullshit because the entities that hold the power here are just as bigoted as they claim not to be. I mean, they walk around making these woke movies acting like they're woke, and they're not at all. They're just as douche-tastic as everyone else. So we have our brand as the underdogs because, I mean, she's just one person working alone. She started her company from nothing with no foot in the door, with no leg up or anything like that, and just works her ass off to make her. Thanks for mansplaining, Edmund Chester. Thank you for mansplaining. And look, I'm guilty of mansplaining all the time too, but anyway. Yeah, veterans, hooray. So, Derek Morgan, that's so sad. I hope your power comes back so that your device doesn't die so you can watch this forever. Words, English. Yeah, so our branding is the underdogs. Anyway, that chat name just reminded me of it. All right, since we're on this topic, GB. Yeah, I heard about this. I haven't delved into it yet. I haven't watched the video Jeremy put on his channel, where he puts something about like Leslie Jones having like Trump crazy, whatever. But that's actually kind of what I want to talk about a little bit tonight. So we'll get to Oscars in a second. I actually do want to finish up on what I'm talking about here, which is the reason your beliefs don't matter, is because if you can't, I mean, you can believe what you want to believe and you can talk about it and your beliefs matter to you and that's great. But if you can't have a sane, rational, civil conversation with people and you can't be in a room and have your beliefs challenged and still respond like a logical human being, you can fuck right off. Or as I like to say, you can fuck right off and die. I have seen the Spider-Man Far From Home trailer and it looks good. Anyway, so the bottom line is it doesn't matter what you believe. It matters how you are capable of discussing what you believe. Do you believe in life after love? I can feel something inside me say, I really don't think we're strong enough now. Sorry for my horrible voice. Good job, internet. Good job recalling excellent songs from the 90s. I believe I can fly. I got shot by the FBI. All I wanted was a chicken wing. So I blew up Burger King. Anyone else remember that one? No, just me. Anywho, sorry. Let's really enjoy that. So again, you can believe whatever the fuck you want to believe as long as you can have that conversation rationally with someone else and allow your beliefs to be challenged without turning into a child having a tantrum. Your belief, life after emus, your beliefs don't mean shit if your ability to logic isn't there. If your ability, right, nostalgia fan? Oh, childhood, man. Don't stop believing. Hold on to that feeling. Street lights, people. Whoa! Sorry for your speakers. Bluntly Blondie, yes, and well, not everyone on the left. Everyone on the far left and everyone on the far right. I am definitely getting tipsy. I definitely didn't eat enough, so that's going to be a problem. We might have to order Chinese food or something. Sing some R. Kelly. No. I don't think I know any R. Kelly. Sorry. but my feelings. So a lot of the left, pretty much everyone who ascribes to this like new progressivism, this version of progressivism where diversity quotas are the end all and be all of equality. I do need bacon, but I made all of my bacon already earlier today. He took the midnight train going anywhere. Uh-oh. Wake me up before you go. Oh, wait. That's originally R. Kelly? Oh, I didn't know that then. There you go. Shows you what I know. So what was that? What was the important shit I was talking about? Yeah. Your ability to sing about getting high like at the previous stream when we did as much as I could remember from Because I Got High. All right, if 5 people express interest in me singing live Because I Got High, I will get the lyrics so I can do it justice. Heaven is a place on earth. He also wrote, okay, there you go. Oh, maybe I did know that was R. Kelly. All right, if we get enough support, if we get like 5 people, we got 1 person. Laura is definitely in favor of Because I Got High. I would just play it, but then I'm gonna get copyright smooshed for it. Colt 45 is a better song by Afro Man, but I can't sing that one because that one's just too lyrically wonderful. That sounds like 2 endorsements for Because I Got High. I'm waiting for 3 more endorsements for Because I Got High, and then we'll sing it. Yes, quoting the lyrics count as endorsements. 8675309 8675309 8675309. Ha ha ha. That's the 4th or a 3rd, or that's a 3rd and a 4th and a 5th. All right, guys, are you ready? Sing along at home. Boom, 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 boom. Ooh, I was gonna clean my room until I got high. I was gonna get up and find the broom, but I got high. My room is still messed up, and I know why, man. Yeah, because I got high, because I got high, because I got high. Da, 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 da. I was gonna go to class before I got high. Say what? I could have cheated and I could have passed, so then I got high. I'm taking it next semester. I know why, man. Yeah, because I got high, because I got high, because I got high. La da 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 da. Pause for super chat. Brian Dorchek says, I love Trump, but I love Jesse too. Amazing, is it? I had to drink. It is pretty amazing. It is actually, that's something that is always, I always find consistently amazing. Is how we can love people. We can love 2 different people, and those people may hate each other, but we can love both of them anyway. Now, where were we? I was gonna go to work, but then I got high. Ooh, I just got a new promotion, but I got high. Now I'm selling dope, and I know why, man. Yeah, because I got high, because I got high, because I got high. La da 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 da. I was gonna go to court, but then I got high. I say what? Say what? Ooh, I was gonna pay my child support. No, you wasn't, man. Then I got high. They took my whole paycheck, and I know why, man. Yeah, because I got high, because I got high, because I got high. La da 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 da. I was gonna pay my car note until I got high. I wasn't gonna gamble on the boat, but then I got high. Now the tow truck's pulling away. I know why, man. Yeah, because I got high, because I got high, because I got high. La da 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 da. I wasn't gonna run from the cops, but I was high. I was gonna pull right over and stop, but I was high. Now I'm a paraplegic. I know why, man. Yeah, because I got high, because I got high, because I got high. La da 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 da. I was gonna make love to you, but then I got high. I was gonna eat my pussy. Eat my pussy. I was gonna eat your pussy too. Woo, and then I got high. Now I'm jacking off. I know why I meant, yeah, because I got high. Because I got high. Because I got high. La da 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 da. I messed up my entire life because I got high. I lost my kids and wife because I got high. Now I'm sleeping on the sidewalk. I know why, man. Yeah, because I got high. Because I got high. Because I got high. La da 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 da. I'm gonna stop singing the song because I'm high. What say what? Ooh, I've been singing this whole thing wrong because I'm high. And if I don't sell one copy, I know why, man. Yeah, because I'm high. Because I'm high. Because I'm high. La da 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 da. It just occurs to me now that I have never actually listened to that song while I was high. New life goals. Get high. Listen to Because I Got High. Because I got high. There you go. Yes, I am all the toxic masculinity. Okay, now Lars, this is our story. The Seagull song. The Seagull song is the best song. I have listened to that song so many times. I love it. Oh, rocking and rolling down to the beach. I'm strolling when the seagulls poke at my head. Not fun. I said seagulls. Stop it now. Anyway, if you're not familiar with that song, this song is so great because it's a bad lip reading song, except that it's Yoda. So it's Yoda and Luke in Dagobah. And so like it's Yoda's mouth moving. It's a puppet mouth moving. It's very amorphous. You can really choose your own lyrics there. Like this was not just what it sort of seemed like his mouth was saying. This was someone was like, this is a song I need to write. One day when you are older, you could get hit by a boulder. When you're lying there screaming, come help me, please. Seagulls, poke your knees. F you by the Real Big Fish. I probably have heard it, but I don't know. Don't fall asleep. Don't fall asleep. Yeah. So, yeah. The Chewy Christmas Carol. Is that Seagull Stop It Now? I believe it probably is. So, come back to what? Sing it, Chess. That's what happens. Tada's curse. This is what happens. Someone suggested Bohemian Rhapsody. That's a super chat worthy song. I'm gonna do Bohemian Rhapsody, which I can from memory. Thank you. I will sing it all for the proper super chat amount. Anyway, so the Oscars. Now that we're done with our musical interlude temporarily, Wayne's World, party time, excellent, woo, 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 woo. If that's not the movie that you most associate with Bohemian Rhapsody, you're doing your life wrong. There's like two, I believe. At the Copacabana, the hottest spot north of Havana, here at the Copacabana, music and passion were always in fashion at the Copa. Don't fall in love. Fun fact, I did a camp play at my drama camp based around that song once, except that we couldn't kill Tony because we were too young for murder. So he was abducted by aliens instead. And then later on, the aliens came back down and returned Tony and turned Rico into a woman. So we did get a super chat for Bohemian Rhapsody from Brian Durchek. Thank you. You came into the Mindless Entertainment sing-along. Is this the real life? Oh, good. Not even drunk yet. Not even close to drunk. Is this just fantasy? Caught in a landslide, no escape from reality. Open your eyes, look up to the skies and see. I'm just a poor boy. I need no sympathy because I'm easy come, easy go, little high, little low. Any way the wind blows doesn't really matter to me. To me. Do, 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 do. Mama just killed a man. Put a gun against his head. Pull my trigger, now he's dead. Mama, life had just begun, but now I've gone and thrown it all away. Mama, ooh, I don't want to die. I sometimes wish I'd never been born at all. I feel like I skipped a thing. I did. Sorry. Mama, didn't mean to make you cry. If I'm not back again this time tomorrow, carry on, as if nothing really matters. Tiger Eye from memory. Do, 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 do. Too late. My time has come. Send shivers down my spine. Body is aching all the time. Goodbye, everybody. I've got to go. Gotta leave you all behind and face the truth. Mama, ooh, I don't wanna die. I sometimes wish I'd never been gone at all. Brish, I don't know Brish 1180, but we're singing along to Bohemian Rhapsody right now. So welcome. Solo, 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 etc., 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 etc. I'm just a poor boy, nobody loves me. He's just a poor boy from a poor family. Spare him his life from this monstrosity. Good night, Doc Holiday. Easy come, easy go. Will you let me go? Bismillah. No, we will not let you go. Let him go. Bismillah, we will not let you go. Let him go. We'll not let you. Bismillah, we will not let you go. Let him go. We'll not let you go. Let him go. We'll not let you go. Let him go. We'll not let you go. Never, 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 never let me go. No, 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 no. No, oh, mamma mia, let me go. Beelzebub has a devil put aside for me, for me, for me. So you think you can stone me and spit in my eye? So you think you can love me and leave me to die? Oh, baby, can't do this to me, baby. Just gotta get out, just gotta get right out of here. Nothing really matters. Anyone can see. Nothing really matters. Nothing really matters to me. Any way the wind blows. All about Star Wars and other things, entertainment and random things concerning common sense, sarcastic rants, and a great hostess. Welcome. That's a great intro, James. Laura, it's a short story. Do you know Jukebox Hero, Rain, or Twilight Zone? I know a couple songs called Rain, but you'll have to clarify which one you're talking about. I'm not sure if I know the Twilight Zone theme song. I don't know of a song called Twilight Zone, but I do know Jukebox Hero very intimately. And Lemming TV, thank you for joining in. Galileo has the excellent background to my wonderful singing. Twilight and my golden earring. Gotcha. I will need a new drink the next time we get a super chat because I'm all out of my cider. Well, I have them more, but I'm going to save it. Couldn't let that keep going. So, but I think I got a couple bottles of wine back there. Live, the band, I do like some songs by Live. All Over You and Lightning Crashes and um what's the other one I really like by them? There's a couple others I like by them. Jukebox. I do that at karaoke. It's hard to do without music behind it. Let me see if I can carry the tune. If it's too, I know I'm pitchy sometimes. If I'm too pitchy, I'll stop subjecting you to it. But Kilroy Salt. I'm aware that Ginger by Pisces is pretty dope. We're aware that you think so. It's a tab open on my computer, so I can listen to it. All right. Let's see if we can get the key for that one. That's Jukebox Hero is one of my favorite songs to like work out and run to. Standing in the rain with his head hung low, couldn't get a ticket. It was a sold out show. Heard the roar of the crowd. He could picture the scene. Put his ear to the wall. No, I can't do it without the music behind it. But come see me do karaoke sometime, and I will do that at karaoke. He is a jukebox hero, stars in his eyes. All right, Brian Dorchek, we'll be here. We will be here. All right, so now that we're on Rain by Blind Melon. No Rain. That song is called No Rain, by the way. Yeah, that's No Rain, my friend. Everyone knows that song. All I can say is that my life is pretty plain. I like watching the puddles gather rain. All I can do is just pour some tea for two and speak my point of view, but it's not sane. It's not sane. It's not sane. It's not sane. I just want someone to say to me, I'll always be there when you wake. Yeah, you know I like to keep my cheeks dry today. So stay with me and I'll have it made. And I don't understand why I sleep all day and I start to complain when there's no rain. And all I can do is read a book to stay awake. And it rips my life away. And it's a great escape. 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 I just want someone to say to me, I'll always be there when you wake. Yeah, you know I like to keep my cheeks dry today. So stay with me and I'll have it made. I'll have it made. You know I'm really gonna have it made. I'll have it made. I'll have it made. Have it made. Etc. Etc. Someone mentioned Sabaton. A stranger mentioned Sabaton. I have a bunch of friends who are into them, so I've listened to a bunch of them lately. They are definitely awesome. I also saw White Rabbit. That's another one that's hard to do without music behind it. But I love that one. I actually want to get better. It's really hard to sing, period. I want to get better at it and do it for karaoke. Drowning Pool, Let the Bodies Hit the Floor. That is one of my go-to karaoke songs. Saliva, Click, Click, Boom. Another excellent choice. Western style Star Wars movie. I do like the Firefly theme song. Take my love, take my land. Take me where I cannot stand. I don't care, I'm still free. You can't take the sky from me. Take me out to the black. Tell them I ain't coming back. Burn the land and boil the sea. You can't take the sky from me. Dude, take me out to the black. Tell them I ain't coming back. Burn the land, boil the sea. You can't take the sky from me. Thank you, 231184. Thank you. Hi, Emily. It's nice to meet you. I'm glad you like my singing. I am going to get let's listen to some Soundgarden hit bikers over there with tire irons. I just saw that fucking TV. Great. I gotta get another drink and then I'll drink. I'll be right back, guys. Don't go anywhere, or like I'll leave. I mean, it's whatever. I am grabbing the lyrics to White Rabbit. I'm gonna see if I can do without the music. I doubt I can, because that song's fucking tough. I mean, Grace Slick is a baller, so not just anyone can sing her shit. Let's get crunk with some Manischewitz, some good old Jew wine for the win. Hi, Kitten. You want to come hang out with the live stream? All right. Well, I got my Jew wine. I'm going to take that drink for the super chat for Mr. Revan. But first, I want to grab Lando. No, don't run away. He saw me coming. He was like, "You're gonna no, don't do it, woman. Don't do it. I want my freedom." Kitten. Lando, say hi to the live stream. Lando, Kitten, say hello to everybody. They're watching on the internets. Lando looks so nonplussed. What's up, Kitten? Kitten. Like, get your booze breath away from me, woman. What? Kitty meow meow. Lando, fuzzy kitten. Want to talk to the internet? Lando is always like, help. He understands that this is his life. His life is being corporally cuddled by me. I love you. He seems to like really just... I don't think that he's camera shy because he's the most photogenic cat in the world. I think it's more that he doesn't want to be exploited for fame. He's like, I'm worth more than this bitch. You're not paying me royalties for my appearance. Therefore, I did not agree to appear and then die. Phone is dying. Gotta run. Aw, bye, Jack Sparrow. Thanks for being here. He always looks annoyed. He's like, God damn it. I did not sign the rights to appear here. Over to you. Yes. 90s hairband days. That's, you know what? There's nothing wrong with good old 90s hairband. Oh, 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 oh. Giving up, giving a fuck. Oh, 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 whoa. Giving up, giving a fuck. It's one of my favorite Darkness songs. It's just about doing heroin. It's a great, solid song about. Oh, Lando, do you want to be part of the live stream? After all, you just wanted to do it on your own terms. This is my commemorative glass from the North Point Brewery, where I went in Traverse City, Michigan. Traverse City was dope. I want to go back. I had so much fun there. It was also like the beginning of me gaining a fuck ton of weight started, but you know, whatever. All right, so I guess he wants the drunk too. He's like, Mom, give me something. That's for you, super chat, Darth Revan, or Revan 23, Revan 84. I think those are your numbers, or the other way around. Ooh, I'm getting hired for stuff. Yep. Where was I? Lyrics. Okay. All right, let's see if we can do, because I want your honest feedback, guys, on White Rabbit, because I might throw that into the cardiac irritation one of these days. One pill makes you larger, and one pill makes you small, and the one that mother gives you don't do anything at all. Go ask Alice when she's 10 feet tall. And if you go chasing rabbits and you know you're going to fall, tell him a hookah smoking caterpillar has given you the call, and call Alice when she was just small. When the men on the chessboard get up and tell you where to go, and you've just had some kind of mushroom, and your mind is moving low, go ask Alice. Yeah. I think she'll know when logic and proportion have fallen sloppy dead, and the white knight is talking backwards, and the red queen's off with her head. Remember what the dormouse said. Feed your head. Feed your head. I feel like that was okay. I feel like it was okay for a first attempt in a long ass time. So White Rabbit helps my mushrooms grow. So yeah, I don't know. I need to change the combination on my luggage. Why? I saw we had some shorts up in the live stream. That's so good. Yeah, no, it's hard to sing from memory. It'll be easy like once I know it just a little bit better. It's just because it is such a trippy song. It is. What beliefs? What God? No beliefs. Have your beliefs. Just fucking talk about it. I see a red door and so you guys have discovered my weakness, which is that if you quote a lyric from a song that I really like, I just start singing it. I see a red door and I want it painted black. No colors anymore, I want them to turn black. I see the girls walk by dressed in their summer clothes. I have to turn my head until my darkness goes. I see a line of cars and they are painted black, with flowers and my love both never to come back. I see the people turn their head, then quickly walk away, look away like a newborn baby. It just happens every day. Odin's movie blog. Hi. No, your beliefs only matter if you can communicate them in a logical and reasoned manner. But I know you, and I know that you can do that. So your beliefs end up having merit on a stage. Anyway, say hi and bye to Odin's movie blog. Have you been here? Have I just missed you, or did you just pop in and pop out? But what's up, Odin? Looks like you just popped in and popped out. Is it because you think I don't value your beliefs or your opinions? I value all of these. Just yeah, that was the topic before I started singing. Was how? Oh, cool. Yeah, no, we were discussing about stop rickrolling me, everybody. We were discussing how your beliefs don't matter if you cannot have a reasonable, measured conversation in which you express them. If you just have to scream them at the wall, then you can go to hell and die, basically. So that was that. But now we're singing, and if they ever let me stop singing, we'll talk about the Oscars. But I'm enjoying singing for now. Yeah, I still do stand up. I do stand up all over Los Angeles. By all over, I mean mostly at Flappers. So there's that. So you can totally go check me out doing stand up in those places. We're just two lost souls swimming in a fishbowl year after year. Fun fact, that has never been my favorite Pink Floyd song. It's okay. I don't dislike it. I don't think it's bad by any stretch of the imagination. It's just not my favorite Pink Floyd song. My favorite Pink Floyd song is Comfortably Numb by a long shot. Yeah. So we're still talking about the emus. All right, let's talk a little bit of the Oscars while we're here. Let's talk about stop it with the Rick rolls. So Oscars. Do we care? So the big news in the Oscars is how Black Panther got nominated for Best Picture, but not for Best Director. Honestly, I'm totally okay. Okay, here's the thing. As a piece of cinema that stands next to the other movies nominated in the category, I am not upset about Black Panther being nominated for Black Picture. In fact, in a vacuum, there's this really nice idea that sorry, when you do this, you spin me right round. Remember back when like Lemon Party was a thing? There was Meat Spin. Anyone remember Meat Spin? Anyone remember Meat Spin? I heard about this Best Actress snub. I haven't seen the film yet, but I heard that was a big deal for people. Also, I did just watch. I hope Bohemian Rhapsody doesn't win Best Picture. I've heard it's very boring. I haven't watched it yet, so I really shouldn't comment until I watch it. I did just watch Black Klansman though, and I'm pissed that guy did not get a nomination for Best Actor because he was awesome. And I think people and this is the whole thing, right? This is apparently the Oscars are ready to go commercial. Oh, someone has heard of Meat Spin. All right. Hey mods. 10 points to Gryffindor, actually Slytherin, because that's my house. For anyone who goes and finds Meat Spin and post it in this chat. Post the link to Meat Spin in the chat. That's only mods, since only mods can post links. But I think if Dorchek's still around, if Lara's still around, if you guys find the link for Meat Spin, if it's still out there, and post in the chat, you guys are my hero and I owe you. But anyway, so essentially, in a vacuum, I like the idea that the Academy can wake up and be like, oh, we can nominate a superhero movie for Best Picture. It's not automatically disqualified because it's a superhero film. In a vacuum. Now, bam, money, Rob Gagnon. Gotta go soon, Jesse. Almost midnight here. So cheers. Not gonna stop bugging you until you listen to Pisces video. I will. It's on there. I'm gonna do it. I swear. Cheers to you, my friend. Thank you for the super chat and for being around. I have like this in my head. I have this Canadian tour plan where I travel around Canada, just visiting all of you wonderful Canadians up there. Fuck you, Hufflepuffs. You're everywhere now. Everyone's a Hufflepuff. Fun fact, every SJW is a Hufflepuff. Sorry, man. But that's true. Like, that's an actual true thing. Every SJW is a Hufflepuff. Because Hufflepuffs value inclusivity, and Hufflepuffs are the only ones who will accept them, I think. No, it's true, Psych. It is so true. Literally every fucking SJW is a Hufflepuff. In fact, you will meet SJWs and you'll be like, oh, before I knew you were an SJW, I would say you were like a Ravenclaw or something. And they'll be like, yeah, I thought I was. And then I took the Pottermore test and realized I was a Hufflepuff. And I realized I've been a Hufflepuff my entire life. Because the narrative is, because they've, I'm so excited to drink with you in Canada one day, Rob Gagnon. But no, this is the whole thing though. Like, the SJWs have commandeered Harry Potter culture. The Hufflepuffs are the inclusivity house. The Hufflepuffs are the house of people, of like the diversity house. They're like, we accept everyone. I'm like, yo, I'm Slytherin. You can all fucks right off. Joining Slytherin. We will take you. We will take you. We need more good Slytherins out there. So I have not seen Peter Jackson's first movie. Fripp, did you say what it's called? Dead Alive. I have heard of that. And I haven't seen it though. I want to see it. You looked up, you found Meat Spin. So the original version, I don't know if you still have that version. The original version, if you let that open for too long after a certain number of spins, it just flashes on the screen that you're gay. Ripjaw Studios, cause diversity. Because changing the skin color of people is the only way to understand their true value. Because valuing people based on the color of their skin is the only way that we actually understand equality. So that's all. I did not watch Pacquiao versus Broner. I don't watch a lot of those big ticket fights. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so I love the idea that in a vacuum, the Academy has gotten to a place where it can nominate a superhero movie for Best Picture. I don't like that the only reason they did it was because this is the black film, so we'll give it the nod because we don't want to seem racist. The Academy loves Mahershala Ali, which is why he got the supporting actor nomination for Green Book. But Green Book took a huge snub. So by the way, because this was a thing, right? These were both huge snubs to be nominated for, because most of the time, movies that win Best Picture also win Best Director. Typically what happens is a year where the Academy feels split on which one should win Best Picture, they give picture to one and director to the other. So two movies, interestingly enough, both of these films about black people, Green Book and Black Panther, got the nod at Best Picture, but got snubbed on Director. Now, Black Panther, I think this was them being like, fine, we're going to nominate this movie for Best Picture because we don't feel like dealing with the backlash if we don't, which is a dumbass reason to nominate a film for Best Picture. If you guys don't, as the Academy, really truly believe that this is the best example of cinema that came out in the year, you should fucking nominate it. That's what Best Picture's for. Celine Dion, Deadpool 2 song for Best Song. I'm fairly certain, though, that you're only eligible for Best Song if it was written for the film. I've not seen the trailer for Us, I don't think. So for me, Green Book was an exceptional film that absolutely deserves to win Best Picture. And I liked Black Panther. I thought it was very good. I don't think it's Best Picture material. For me, it should not have gotten nominated for Best Picture. However, Michael B. Jordan absolutely should have gotten nominated for Best Supporting Actor. And that to me just shows you the fact that it got nominated in that category and snubbed in all the other major ones. I could see an argument for Chadwick Boseman for Best Actor. I thought he did a phenomenal job as well. And he did a very nuanced performance. I could see an argument for his dad for Best Supporting as well. Like there were great performances in that movie. As a whole film, I liked it. I enjoyed it. It's not flawless. I really enjoyed the film though. I don't think it's Best Picture caliber. For me though, it's A World Above Vice, which also got nominated for Best Picture and Best Director and Best Editing. And for me, it epically failed in all of those categories. I did not enjoy that film. As someone who very avidly despises Dick Cheney, I didn't like that movie. I thought it was stupid. I thought it was unnecessary. It didn't give me any information. Didn't do anything for me. So it made me sad. Are we talking about the originals or are we talking about The Last Jedi? Because that's a different conversation. It's a very different conversation. I think I lose subscribers while I live stream. That's funny to me. Or maybe you all heard my singing. You're like, nope, fuck this channel. Hail Satan, Reverend Jeremy. Hail Satan indeed. Yeah, I've tried to watch a lot of them, but I'm like worried. I'm worried. I mean, it just seems like, I don't know. We all know that the Oscars are politicized. It seems like they've been more overtly politicized in recent years than others. So that's a feeling that I have. Regina Hall and Support the Girl. I didn't see. Bombard the Hobbit. I like your name though. That's cool. I made him out of the Oscars after happened to Kevin Hart. Damn straight. I might, if he hosts it, I might watch it just because I'm really curious to see. I feel like Kevin Hart has the potential, given his star power, to be the kind of guy who's like, I am hosting the Oscars and I'm gonna fucking shit on them for what they did to me, because I would watch the hell out of that. So yeah, I don't actually. My boyfriend had a really great suggestion for how to fix the Oscars, and I was like, this could be its own award show. It would be like, you'd call it like the Retro Awards, but basically it would be similar to the Oscars, but it would address movies that came out 5 years ago. So each year it would do 5 years previous, because then you're not just looking at how it was received in the moment or the politics surrounding it. And then you separate yourself from some of the politics because those people aren't in the spotlight anymore. It's not as important. You see how well this film is held up over time, how well the actors and as performers have held up over time, things like that. So for me, I was like, that's actually a really great idea, like the retroactive awards and whatnot. Rob Gannon, whoever shows up in the other's country first buys the first round. You got it. One day when I'm finally on tour at a band and we play LA, you're going to come to the show. Hell yeah, I am. Good night to God, Empress, and friends. Good night, Rob Gagnon. I will absolutely come to your show if you play Los Angeles. Just tell me when. I will make it happen. And I like that you are on for that deal. So whoever gets the other's country first. All right, Canada, that's what's up. If Trump hosts it, I won't watch it. I can't. I mean, I'm sorry. Like, I can't listen to him talk because he doesn't speak in complete sentences. Like, and this is okay. So this is kind of going back to the "your beliefs don't matter" thing. Is I can give you 100 reasons that I hate. Oh, you saw The Upside? I really want to see The Upside. Oh my god, it looks great. I want to see it. I really want Green Book to win. If you haven't seen it, you should absolutely see it. All right. So like I said, I can give you 100 reasons why I hate Donald Trump that have nothing to do with his politics. Absolutely nothing. And yeah, so you have your beliefs, like, it's not even like it's not, if I say fuck Donald Trump, it's not just because I'm a leftist liberal who likes liberal agendas, blah, blah, blah. It's that I can't stand to read tweets from a guy who does not understand what commas are for. He doesn't know what commas are for or capitalization. His grammar is like worse than a second grader. And when he talks and when he goes off the cuff, he says things that aren't even complete fucking sentences. He just says words that don't mean anything. My problem, I will bring my tissues. I will totally cry. It's just, he is so inarticulate. He's so stupid. He's so anti-intellectual. He's so completely anti-intellectual. He is not a smart person. He doesn't like to read. He doesn't enjoy reading. He can't even stand there and listen to someone talk for more than 5 minutes if it's not about him. Like his staff even said that they have to, in order to keep his interest in his in like the daily briefings, they have to put his name in it and make shit about him. Like, I'm sorry. That's really that just no. I don't like him. 23 Rabbit 84. I don't know to use commas either. Very nice. Very nice. Goodness. My dirty dog vendor guy speaks better than him. Your dog vendor guy? What is a dog vendor? I like that he has an ego. I don't like that it's an unwarranted ego. Like, have an ego if you've earned it. You haven't earned anything. You've been given everything. You had to work so hard for your modest $1 million loan, which, by the way, was more than $1 million. And by the way, at the time was worth way more than $1 million in today's time. So you don't pick on the disabled. That would be the only reason not to talk to Trump, because he's clearly mentally disabled. Hot dog guy. It's like my dirty dog vendor. Yeah, that guy in the alley that just gives me dogs. Oh God. White man comes, steal verbs. Jon Stewart. I miss Jon Stewart, man. Like, his commentary was so excellent. Like, I'm sorry if you didn't like him. I mean, I'm not sorry. Fuck you. He was hilarious. Like, you didn't have to agree with him. I also miss old Colbert. I liked his satire better than I like his late night. It's okay. It's okay. I like his delivery. But honestly, his show, his satire was off the fucking chain. It honestly might be funny to watch, because the whole show would be like, this next presenter is awesome because he voted for me. This next presenter is a loser. Please welcome to the stage this loser who is a loser because they don't agree with the wall. So they're a loser, but it's not my decision. It's not my decision. I gotta let him talk. So here to present the next award for, I don't even care. I didn't watch any of these movies because they weren't cartoons. Okay, goodbye. That's my best Trump. You're welcome. Yeah, no, The Daily Show was legit. The Daily Show was great. I did love The Daily Show. So there you go. There's my Trump for you. I don't. I would rather have a smart person who I don't always agree with than a dumb person, because some people can be manipulated. I mean, you saw that in the George W. Bush, Dick Cheney era. George W. is not exactly an intellectual either, and he was manipulated by Dick Cheney. Now what you have is a moron who's being manipulated by Russia. I'm sorry, like, if you're not looking at, I mean, fucking, like, okay. I don't want to get political because I know we don't want to talk about it and hear about it and things like that. I know that that's the thing that's not it's not fun. Move my lips a little bit. Really? Move that more. I don't want to get into it. I don't want to get into the politics because it makes people sad. It pisses people off. But The reality is there are a lot of nonpartisan sources coming out right now talking about how Trump's relationship with Russia is problematic, which is really funny from the candidate who's all America first. It's like, really, really America first, really America first, because you've been singing a lot of praises for countries that are hostile nations, countries that are not our allies, and you've been okay with and letting things slide, letting crime slide, crimes against Americans in some cases, in nations that are not ours. So, whatever. I mean, our Aussie prime ministers are just puppets for the emus. Russians, emus, I'll take the emus over the Russians, maybe. But anyway, so that's all. That's Todd is cursed. Good night, Jesse. Until next season, fly, Eagles, fly. Until next season, indeed. I'm looking forward to Carson taking the helm again. I don't give a shit what y'all think. When's the McRib coming back? McRib. I was like, McRib? What's that? Damn it, don't say such things. As a McDonald's down the street from me and I'm hungry. I don't know. Wombles came from Russia. Do you mean wombats? It's okay, Donar. Getting mad is kind of what I do. Emus are friendly. The emus are like, as long as they make to destroy your crops, mate, then it's all good. You do what you want. Crikey, that's not my real fake Australian accent. Really, because I know a lot of Jews who are mad at Trump. Because he don't actually give a shit about the Jews unless they're members of his club. So, yeah, that's a thing. Carson is the man. Carson is my boy. I just get this, like, when I watch him play, I have a crush on him. It's bad. I got like a little crush on Carson once. Yes, actually, CJ Vallejos. People tell me that all the time, every day, because I'm usually mad on my channel. Anyway, yeah, Fripp25. I'm with you on that. I'm definitely with you on that. Carson who? Carson Wentz. Ginger Jesus, as we like to call him in the great city of Philadelphia. He is the Eagles starting quarterback. He was injured through the end of the season, but he's going to come back. Wombles are from Wimbledon and clean up things folks leave behind. Oh, okay. I didn't realize that Wombles were a real thing. That's weird. I've never heard of Wombles before. Anyway, that's exciting. Sign Voodoo by Godsmack. What do you mean by sign it? Sing. Ha. Lystexia. I don't know Voodoo that well. I'm not well enough to sing it at all. Anyway. Kangaroos. I don't think kangaroos have had wars with the emos. If you mail her a copy, she'll sign it. She will indeed. Wombles. Oh, Kid Show. Okay, maybe I have heard this. Best movie in the past 5 years is Mad Max Fury Road. Changed my mind. I think that's a totally, like, I don't know if that would be my best movie. I'd have to think about it and like go over a list of what's come out in the past 5 years to make my opinion. But I would not argue you out of that if that's your feeling. Mad Max Fury Road. It's funny. It's exactly what I talked about on my channel today. Trump Bears. So just join. What did I miss? The Oscars, me singing a whole bunch, why your beliefs don't matter, all of those things. Furiosa featuring Mad Max. Yeah, basically. But so I talked on my channel today about how one of the things that that movies have forgotten how to do today is allegory and telling stories and messaging through allegory. And I think Mad Max does a really good job of that. Country roads take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia. Take me home, country road. There you go. Maybe someone will fill in those lyrics for me now, since I clearly. Your beliefs only matter if you can discuss them with other people in a reasonable and measured way without getting defensive when people challenge them. Thoughts on Avengers Endgame. I'm excited. I'm a little nervous. I no more country road, please, God, no. I am excited. I am also nervous. For me, Infinity War was not a perfect movie. I had a lot of problems with it. I also really enjoyed it, and I was like really, really deeply attracted to Thanos. Um, so clapping my hand. Do you only have one hand? Just one hand, just clapping my hand off. Is that what that looks like? Staying his hand in my mind. Oh goodness. Spoilers, thoughts. I don't know any spoilers yet. I think that they're gonna bring back the peoples. I think they're gonna kill some people. Um so obviously, you know, Spider-Man's coming back. We don't really know what the timeline is for Spider-Man though. So, but I'm pretty certain that he's coming back. Likewise Nick Fury. It seems like Homecoming is happening after those things, we think. I think they're gonna kill Steve Rogers. I do think they're gonna kill him. Sweet home Alabama, where the skies are so blue. Sweet home Alabama, Lord, I'm coming home to you. I don't think they're gonna kill Iron Man. I think that, hey, Rising Underdog, thank you for the super chat. I will drink to that. I was just wondering when anyone was gonna give me an excuse to drink again. Alabama. Hey, Darth Aaron. Hey, go Eagles. What's up, my Eagle loving friend? He'll mess it up and I'll get angry. Popcorn will fly. It'll get ugly. Huh. I am concerned about what Captain Marvel's role in it may be. I am ready for Game of Thrones. I am very ready for Game of Thrones. If I could cross over two universes, what would they be? Original Star Wars and Indiana Jones. Just have extra Harrison Ford. Yeah, time travel always feels like a weak plot device unless they do it in a really clever way, which they really infrequently do. Cat will wield Thor's hammer. That sounds dumb to me. I'm really nervous about the Captain Marvel role. I've heard Captain Marvel will wield her hammer. I haven't watched the trailer yet. It's like, you know, okay, they're making it. It's not going to be as good as the first one, but it'll be better than the women's one. So, all right, I'm having this moral dilemma right now. Emus take out Thanos. I'd watch that movie. Watch the fuck out of that movie. I'm having this moral dilemma right now because Lando just laid down in between my legs, just that way. And part of me wants to let him lie there because he's so fucking cute and looks very comfortable. But part of me wants to grab him so that I can snuggle him and so you guys can see him. So, hey, 212th Trooper, first time seeing my live stream. Woo, well, welcome. You came at a nice later hour into our second hour. We're almost done. We're almost completed our second hour. We've talked about emus. We've talked about Oscars. I sang a bunch. We talked about your beliefs and why they do or don't matter. We talked about why parties suck for me, and I'm a little bit tipsy. So snuggle should take. I think Cap should die taking Thanos down. Because Captain Marvel needs an ass double. Why? Because she don't have one, or because her pants come off. I would not need an ass double. That's hilarious though. That's weird. First live stream ever. Oh my god, so many of you. Onks99. Well, I read your chats and fun thing for new people. Mindless Entertainment drinking game. If you super chat, I drink. So I have my Manischewitz. Yeah, I'm drinking my Jew wine tonight. And if that runs out, never fear. I've got plenty more where that came from. So if I'm not patting him at all. I'm just trying to decide if I should snuggle him. And you live in the future. You all live in the fucking future, don't you? Except for the ones of you in Hawaii. Best actor of the past 5 years, Ryan Gosling for Blade Runner 2049 and La La Land and First Man. I haven't seen Blade Runner 2049 yet. Too stoned to drink. Fair enough. Then again, I missed 2 through 2048. So my bookshelf is extra. Counterintelligence, a book on Yosemite, a book on narrative film, Chinese cooking. Yeah, I do have a really interesting book collection. Oh my god. Yeah, Ryan Gosling in Drive was that was one of my favorite performances of him since his performance in Murder by Numbers where he played a psychopath, and I loved him in that. Maybe I'll talk about that in my video tomorrow. Maybe I'll do a video about Captain Marvel's ass double. That's really funny. But yeah, no, I got a whole bunch of interesting books. I haven't read all of them. I'm actually that's one of my goals for the next couple of years is to slowly work my way through all of my books. Because I've just been having them given to me by my mom, by relatives, picked them up places and stuff. Oh, dude, yeah, up there with the end of Godfather for best movie endings with Drive. Game of Thrones. So okay, so that's the thing is like ever since the show surpassed the books in terms of in terms of the narrative where the narrative was, they have been less wanton about killing off everybody, including main characters, especially main characters. Which sort of bugs me because that was one of the joys. That's what made Game of Thrones so groundbreaking and different from any other show was no one was safe. And now you knew in certain episodes that certain people weren't going to die. You know they have a greater part to play. And that was the beauty. If you read the books too, it really set it up. Like they'd set up a character. Like they have this huge part to play in this big role coming forwards. And they just fucking kill them. And you're like, what? So, yeah. How do you feel about the Saints crying about their loss? Fucking deal with it. Losing sucks. You shouldn't have lost, but, you know, don't. Shot caller. Turn of the Tyrion and Bronn show. I do enjoy the Tyrion and Bronn show. All right, so what was the verdict? Am I grabbing the cat from his comfy place and forcing him to snuggle with me? Ever see Ryan Gosling in Source Code? I did not see him in Source Code. Yeah, more John Wick. I still need to watch the first two. Samuel L. Jackson. Liana Mormont better than Danny. Oh, Liana Mormont is a fucking boss. She's my hero. I'm like, yes, girl. Yes. Yes, girl. Or whatever that was. One vote for Cat Snuggle. More cats. Hi, Luna Nem. What's up? Cat. All right, are we ready for cat? Cat time! If I snuggle you gently, oh, you have been grooming yourself. I can smell it. No, kitten. Right here. Just be right here. Tony Clark, what's up, my dude? I haven't thrown any yet. I wanted to set something up in the apartment, but I'm way too paranoid about murdering my cats. However, as it turns out, there's actually an axe throwing and throwing knife place really close to me that I can go and practice my throwing. I've thrown through the book. I want to read more. I did get both sets. You're ridiculous. I love it. I really love how the second set comes in this neat little strap that I could just like wear on my arm or my leg. Yeah, Tony Clark sent me throwing knives. Y'all need to step up your game. Oh, there's somebody, Cole, sent me a bunch of stuff from Ireland, candy and wonderfulness. So thanks to him, wherever he may be. But yeah, so these little booties. I keep saying booties when I mean to say beauties. It's just the way I talk sometimes. Use butter knives, very cheap. I got these babies though. Gotta learn how to chuck them. Yeah, kitten, you want to see that? You really don't. That's not. Yeah, good call. Sniff and then move away. The edges aren't super sharp because they're not really meant for slicing. They're more meant for embedding into things. So, Anton Yelchin. I never saw Green Room. I really wanted to see that. It looked really creepy and great. Speaking of which, I also haven't seen Escape Room, but that also looked creepy and great. So, can't send money and a message at the same time. But do you think any movies were snubbed this year at the Oscars? I don't think any movies were, from what I can recall, from what I've seen. I don't think any individual films were. I do think some actors were. I definitely think that I think Michael B. Jordan was snubbed for supporting. The other troll gif, what the liquid ass? I did. I took the cap off and I didn't even squirt it. I sniffed it and I gagged. And I was like, oh man, this is not like a fun prank you do on your friends. This is like a thing you do to someone you really don't like because it's fucking gross. I do plan to watch Glass. I love Unbreakable. I love Split. And I definitely intend to watch Glass. So I gotta get to the theater, but I have a bunch of my lists to see. Talking about Silmarillion down there. Yar. So Underdog, I was wondering why you hadn't been sending messages with your super chats, but I'm glad I saw your message. So, well, Shyamalan obviously has his ups and downs. He had some good periods. He had some horrific periods. I think the reason that no one else realized how much Bird Box stole from The Happening was because nobody saw The Happening because that was in his dark days. So movies like that and Lady in the Water and obviously his Avatar: The Last Airbender are utterly abysmal. However, films like Sixth Sense and Signs are gems. I love The Village as well. I actually saw The Visit. I really enjoyed that one. The Rider. It's about a rodeo rider. Oh, I keep seeing posters for that and stuff. And I just remember when. I do want to see that. I actually really want to see it. Anything with horses just gets me because I love horses. So, The Fall of Arnor and The Last Kings of the North. Yeah, Angmar. That was going to bed. Oh, good night, Darth Aaron. Thanks for being here. Go Birds! Album Hulk 3 Feet High and Rising. Who is this by? Who is this album by? Adnan Kasuya, whatever, how you ever say that. Anyway. The twist in Avatar was that it sucked. Yep. The twist in Lady in the Water is that M. Night Shyamalan is secretly God. La 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 la. I heard. Yeah, that one. I haven't seen it, but I heard that one got like that. It sounds like that one should have made it. Oh wait, there was another documentary. They also snubbed Three Identical Strangers, which I watched, and it was fantastic. And it's such a compelling story. I don't know why. Why it got that. I don't play D&D for the person who was asking. But yeah. All right. I think I'm done. Ooh, excuse me. I'm not getting tired. I'm Toad's getting a little tired, guys. I go to bed early tonight. Maybe I'll put on a movie. I don't know. Oh, look, it's showing the yawn that I just did. I really like the thumbnail that it chose for my live stream. Just like me contemplating my hand. It's weird. Very, very weird indeed. The weed just showed up, BRB. All right, Psych, you get your weed. I still have a little bit of this wine. I would love if we could have a few super chats to take care of it. How Weathertop came to be, the links between the King of Gondor and Arnor, and how Sauron destroyed the Northern Kingdom before the war began. Yeah. Why my favorite porns keep getting snubbed at the Oscars. Because the directors don't have the right connections in the Academy. After Earth. Wow, I don't think I've seen After Earth. That's weird. It's a weird one to be the only one that you've seen by him. Be like, this is my impression of M. Night. I didn't see that one. All right, have fun getting weed, Psych. Favorite video game of all game and RPG game, Halo. Is Halo. I waited in line at midnight for the release of Halo 2 and Halo 3. Pornhub Awards are better music releases than the Oscars, though. I'll bet they do. So my boyfriend knows somebody who's involved in the AVN Awards, which is like the big porn show that they do in Vegas, and he's gone to the AVNs, I think, one time. Chug Whitey. Thanks, Edmund Chester. I'll drink to that. I drink in proportion to the size of the super chat, though, so you'll be wrong to chug. Yeah, dude, Halo's campaigns are all well, not 4. 4 was like, but yeah, I loved Halo. Absolutely loved Halo. I've always wanted like a Halo movie. the last G-rated movie to win Best Picture. I don't know actually. And go back in time and tell George Lucas something. Can I tell him two things? Because I would tell him, listen to feedback before you produce the prequels, and never sell. Never sell. Star Wars is yours. Don't ever give it to anybody else. No Jar Jar. I would say Star Wars is yours and never sell it. If it was gonna live, die, rise, or fall, yeah, Halo 1 through 3 were the best. Anybody, if it were gonna live, die, rise, or fall, it should have been by his hand. If I could say one thing and one thing only, it would be that. That's your project. That's your creation. That's your world. Everything that happens in it should be yours. And that's it. And if we love it, we hate it, whatever, we can't say it's not you because it's you. So, Games as Lit. I have not heard of him, but I'm interested now in his Halo 1 and 2 analyses. Firefox is using 10 gigs of RAM. Probably your streaming's lagged. Damn. Use Chrome because apparently, so YouTube's owned by Google, right? And it makes YouTube's videos suck more if you watch them on non-Chrome browsers. 3 Halo movies. There's a bunch of fan-made movies. I don't think that there were any. Like officially made ones. Like they gave him permission to make some fan movies. But there was never like there was actually it was they were going to at one point make like a big Hollywood produced one of the original campaign. I wish they had done that. I read the books for the original campaign and they're dope. Hell Jumper. Yeah, there's ODST was also a great game. Nathan Fillion was the dude. Forward Unto Dawn. Yeah, I think so. It took us here to get there early for Halo 2. Nice, my friend. Very nice. Good life choices. Yeah. No, that was great. I enjoyed. I used to have like Halo shirts. I don't know what happened to those. I still have like because we talked earlier, Adam, Suja, about how your beliefs don't mean a damn thing if you can't have a reasonable and measured conversation with them about them with other people and allow them to be challenged without flipping a bitch and crying. I just arrived. What beliefs we're talking about? Religion, the Force, gender studies, any beliefs, Blind Lobster, any beliefs indeed. Yeah. Basically, yeah. So on the original topic, why the fuck is this in my recommended? I don't know. Funny Pickles 1 2 3. Why is your name Funny Pickles 1 2 3? I feel like our answers for that would be equally as random. I also love when people ask me that question. It's my favorite question when people are like, "Why the fuck is this in my recommended videos?" I'm like, I don't fucking know. I don't make those rules. I don't decide who sees my recommended videos or not. If I did, I would make sure that every famous person ever was watching my videos, so that one of them would be like, she's clever. Let's give her a TV show. Yeah, no, I don't make those decisions. It was in your recommended because presumably somewhere in the algorithmic chain, it is vaguely related to a thing that you've once watched or clicked on, or that someone that you subscribe to likes. I don't know. Jared Moore, I like to think that. I like to think that the Google loves me. Fripp, pickles are not funny, but neither was the Holocaust, and yet I have giggled at a Holocaust joke or two in my time. So there's that. There is that. There you go. There you go. See, Psych, and you've been having a blast. Well, by Lobster, you really haven't missed anything because we had a long sing-along, and Do You Believe in Life After Love was one such song that I singed. So I'm glad this is my recommended now. Good, Funny Pickles. I'm glad you're here. We do need more of it. That's exactly what my channel is about. It's about telling everyone that they're fucking stupid and retarded for first of all, crying when you say the word retarded. And second of all, for trying to insist that somehow, like, your way is the right way. And I'm talking about both sides, by the way, Funny Pickles. We don't talk partisan politics here. We don't discuss who's more right, the left or the right. Well, obviously the right is more right, but who's more correct, the left or the right? Who is better, who has more merit, who is smarter, who has the better policies. We don't talk about any of that shit here. We just talk about how everyone who can't fucking have a discussion with their fellow man without flipping out, calling, "You're offending me," calling someone anti-American, calling somebody racist, whatever it is, calling names, shit like that, doesn't have the right to be in conversations. That's what we're talking. That's what this channel is about. So if you like that kind of shit, I recommend you stick around. I do a lot of Star Wars content. However, I talk a lot of common sense through the Star Wars. So if you're not a big Star Wars person, hopefully you'll enjoy those videos as well. But I do talk a lot of just straight social commentary. I don't know if you guys saw my freedom of speech done right video. I'm really happy about that one because I felt like that really fell in line with exactly what I'm trying to do here and what I like to talk about. Do emus have a king, or do they consider themselves part of the Commonwealth? I think emus are definitely a I don't think they're part of the Commonwealth. I don't know if they have one single sovereign ruler, if they rule by like a democratic republic kind of system. I have a friend who likes The Last Jedi. What should I do? I tried using logic and reason, but nothing is working. Send them all of my videos. Ripjaw Studios, just keep sending them my videos until they cry. Well, now there's a difference. Do they like The Last Jedi, or do they argue that The Last Jedi is a good movie? Because kill that creepy teddy bear behind you. Oh no, he's still around. Where'd he go? Creepy teddy bear. Bam! He's right here. Ah, sorry. He's right here. There you go. Oh, he looks super fucking creepy now. There you go, Blind Lobster. Just for you. Anyone else want to see a flashback scene of Kylo Ren killing Ewoks when getting Vader's helmet? Kind of. That's like his execute Order 66. He's like, I'm so badass, but instead of murdering children, I murdered teddy bears. An egalitarian meritocracy. That's great. I want to write a movie about the mob. All right, I'm gonna throw you guys my log line. This is my pitch for this film that I want to write. You guys tell me if you're gonna teddy bear is staring into your soul. All right, so yeah, your friend might be a lost cause, but no, if he argues that it's a good film, I have many arguments about why it is not a functionally good movie. But sometimes you just can't talk to them about it. Sometimes you just gotta be like, look, you're wrong. Like, you're objectively wrong about it being a good film. You're allowed to like it. That's not a problem. We're not arguing that. There's no issue there. But objectively, this is not a good piece of cinema. Take a film studies course and you'll understand it better. Like, hand him a book on screenwriting, and about making writers how to write your characters so people will like them. And then there. A group of emos is called a mob. They are the original mob. OG mobsters. I like it. So the mob movie I want to write is fleeing persecution in Europe in the 1920s. A young Jewish man reclaims his power in New York City by becoming a hitman for the mob. That is the movie I want to write, focused around Murder Inc. If you guys know anything about that. They played drums with the helmets of the fallen. Teddy bears don't do that. Have you seen that teddy bear? He totally does shit like that. Look at that face. I mean, come on. So anyway, would you see my movie? Would you? Smurf Star Press, I do sometimes watch Mahler. My biggest criticism of Mahler is every time he puts a video up that's like an unbridled rage, it's really not that ragey. And I'm like, dude, misleading. This is a misleading title. I clicked on this desperately wanting rage, and I got slightly grumpy criticism. And look, there's nothing wrong with an unbridled, slightly grumpy criticism. But bro, if you're going to promise me rage, fucking deliver. Because, The Last Jedi was really bad, and this is why I think so, is not rage. Fuck The Last Jedi, and everyone involved with it is fucking rage. So, there's a difference between those two things. I'm just saying. Thanks, Michael Lee. I'm glad you think so. Lucky Luciano. Yes, Dolnar. Yes, you know things about this. So anyway, that's the rage. I also prefer people who show their face. That's why, even though I'll be quite honest with you guys, I didn't love Jeremy at first. I didn't love him as a person, or his content was okay for me. I loved the fact that he was A, willing to sit there and just show you himself as he was, and B, he was willing to speak his mind. Drink to NKVD Commissar Comrade Rostico. Drink to Rostico. And the wine is gone. If there are more super chats that come soon, we will refill the glass. If not, I might just call it. Let your anger flow. I will. I love anger. Anger feels good. Anywho, so my cats both like freaked out when I did that little rage moment a minute ago. I'm way too ugly. That's why my dog is my thumbnail. That's okay. One of my favorite things, like I don't know if you guys saw my Instagram post today. One of my favorite things about the way I do my brand, is that I absolutely put no. Oh, good night, Labby Shepherd Puppy. It's great to have you here. Get some good sleep so that you can be productive tomorrow. Anyway, no, I really enjoy like putting absolutely zero burden on myself to look good ever, so I can post pictures like that and be like, yep, that's me, guys. That's what I look like. Those are my faces, just totally shamelessly, hey, I'm making a really fucking stupid face. The end. There is a new Ghostbusters coming out. Probably gonna make you rage more. I think if you remove everything Luke related in it, The Last Jedi is okay. So, let's remove everything Luke related, which, to be fair, isn't all that much because he really offers nothing. It says a couple of words to Rey that she really mostly doesn't pay any attention to, and then zips off to La La Land. And okay, he helps, slow down. He doesn't even do anything reasonable except for he distracts the First Order for a little bit, which wasn't even all that necessary because Rey comes to the rescue and lifts rocks. So if you take him out of the movie, yeah, so I'm not saying you don't really change the movie. You certainly don't improve it, because then we don't get to watch Mark Hamill being Luke. Well, I guess it's upsetting in some ways. So maybe you improve it a little bit by not having that upsetting destruction of his beautiful character. But then what you have instead is just the world's slowest space chase, diversity corner for half an hour that also accomplishes nothing. And I think that if you don't have the distraction of bouncing to this island of doing nothingness, that you're going to be even more focused on how completely pointless the entire Canobite sequence is and understand how little it does for the movie. And you're just going to be wrapped up in no action happening for the entirety of the film. This is the second film of a trilogy, for fuck's sake. This one should be nonstop action. This one should be go, 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 fast-paced, start to finish. There should be very little downtime in this film. If so, only a couple little quiet conversations to enhance some of the relationships that they've built. There should be no, long times of let's wait and see what happens. That's the entire movie. The only real action is the initial bombing run in the beginning, and then the shit at the end. There's no other action in this movie. There's like a horse chase. There's a fucking chase scene in Cantabite, which is a more interesting chase scene than the one that the rest of the movie is predicated on. But for fuck's sake, this is one of the most boring films ever made, period, because nothing happens in it. Most of it is just us sitting around waiting to see what happens. There's none of the characters have any fucking agency because it's the new age shit. It's like, let's not all take ownership of our lives and make decisions to further our existences. Let's all be little millennial bitches who sit around and cry about the fact that things aren't the way we want it to be. But maybe if we cry hard enough, everyone else will change for us. Because the burden is not on us to change or be better. The burden is on everyone else around us to do that. So, the horse chase scene was all right. Only good chase I've loved of the original Blues Brothers movie. Have you seen The French Connection though? Because that's a phenomenal chase scene. Ahsoka Tano, directed by Dave Filoni. I could get on board for that. He says on how divinely he's the White Knight. Turns out to be an old sarcastic butt that wanted nothing to do with his friends. Truth. Fucking truth. Yeah. It's the longest one. Mark Hamill in The Last Jedi. Yep, that's a fact. It is the longest one, and not for any good fucking reason. Not for any reason at all. It's kind of upsetting. Very disappointing. Kitten! You stink like your breath because you've been grooming yourself. I have, Lando. Seeing your heroes sad and old. Yeah, because everyone wants that. Oh, he's making his grumpy noises. Yay. Just as strong thematically, if not next. Well, Okay. I don't think it's very strong thematically or execution-wise. Because the hype about who Rey's parents were don't exist in the films. The import and the meaning behind who her parents were don't exist. Who her parents are is not an important conceit in the film. She's waiting on the planet to meet her parents. Their identity, their import or lack thereof, doesn't mean anything to her, to anybody else. Um, it that's not like a thing. The only reason that it gets this built up, hyped up thing of you know who your parents are, is because fans built up the theories around it. Because fans, hi Dimanji and I, what's up? Um, because fans wanted this to mean something. Because fans built a narrative around it, and whereby it was meaningful. Um, and uh and so Ryan Johnson's little move of their parents were nobody did not actually do anything to the plot whatsoever. All it did was just a fuck you to the fans. That's the only purpose it served. So anyway, I will definitely watch and review Glass. I'm gonna try to see it this week if I can. Um, but I will definitely watch it and get a review up for you guys. Yeah, exactly. That was Ryan's whole thing, was just being subversive for the sake of being subversive, which is not a good reason to be subversive. So that's stupid. Mhm. Subversion for the sake of subversion, not taking care of the trilogy, not taking care of the story, um, not being a caretaker for a franchise that has a history that predates his life as a movie maker. Nope, just fucking subverting your expectations because I'm so clever. Oh, funny pickles. That's okay. I'm glad you stopped by. Hopefully you check out some more of the videos. Hopefully you sub to the channel, and we look forward to seeing you again. Funny pickles 1, 2, 3. She learns shit by looking away. Yeah. 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 Training scene between Luke and Yoda is much more better. Oh, Demon Jedi has seen Glass, and he's got a review up on his channel. All right. For those of you who have seen it, let's see. I'm gonna go try to find that right now. All my mods I think have gone to bed. Maybe Lara's still there. I definitely didn't spell your name right. Let me try to do it. Imagine. Okay. Glass review, no spoilers, none spoilers. That's good. Maybe I'll watch it. All right, Dimajinai. Bam. Okay. If you guys are curious about Glass, there's Dimajinai's spoiler-free review. And split tomorrow. That's not right. You go, Rugus. Hi, Rugus. What's up? Welcome. Glass sucks, and that's my complete review. All right, Iconic Blood. If anyone wants a more complete review, go ahead and click that link. See what our good friend Dimajinai has to say. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah. So, isn't the broom boy the end of Last Jedi supposed to represent Roundhead himself? Why? Because he's a useless slave boy who maybe you can use the Force? No, he can't. Missed you too, Rugus. You're always a fun one. Do you have Doomcock as your thing right now? I can't see it. It's so small. Black Panther getting nominated for this, it's stupid because it only got nominated because Black. Like, it's a good movie for a superhero movie. I think. I understand not everyone likes it, and that's fine. I thought it was a good movie for a superhero movie. I thought that it had a lot of great commentary in it that wasn't super on the nose. Like a lot of great political commentary that was sort of done more allegorical. I did say Yo Doomcock was small. But I don't think it deserved a Best Picture nod. And I think that it is clear that it only got it for the race reasons because they didn't also nominate director, nor did they nominate Michael B. Jordan for Best Supporting Actor, even though, in my opinion, the award that it deserves more than anything else is Best Supporting for Michael B. Jordan. I thought he was fantastic. Infinity War was better. I do agree with that. My LA Chargers lost out. Sorry, dude, but the LA Rams are going to the big show. I was rooting for your Chargers, and I hate the Rams. But I hate the Pats more, so fucking go Rams, I guess. Also just not interested in watching the Super Bowl because I don't actually believe that the Rams can beat the Pats. I mean, dude, the Eagles have their number. We've crushed them twice now. And Dimaj and I, raised parentage shouldn't have been a thing. Thank you. Like I said, the only reason it was a thing was because fan theories surrounded it. And so Ryan Johnson only put it in to do a fuck you to the rest of us. If nothing had ever happened, if nothing had ever come of it, we would just could be continuing to ask, be like, who were her parents? And we would just made the assumption that they were nobody. The only reason to come out and say it and spell it out was to say fuck you to the fans, and it was wrong because of that. Stranger says, I'm a fire in my laser. Casers and laser and mazers. Oh man. Bommy did not make sense. I agree. I talked about that recently too. Everyone hating on the Bird Box was a ripoff of another movie. I like Bird Box. I thought it was really good. It was a blatant ripoff of The Happening, which is a bad M. Night Shyamalan movie that was actually worth watching because it's so bad that it's funny. However, I like Bird Box, and I think the fact that it ripped off The Happening is not a problem for me. It's worth noting because it did do that. But it's not a problem for me because I think Bird Box and execution was much better. So, yeah, exactly. And should not have mystery boxed the parents. That's right. Here's Snoke Seer theory sucks. Yeah. That's like how many times you need to shit on your own fan base and the people that make your movie what it is. Your Snoke theory sucks. Like, really? How petty and childish are you? You're not even now calling out people who didn't like your film. You're now calling out people who may have perfectly well enjoyed it and are just generating discussion about it. Don't you want that? Don't you want hype and discussion generated about your film? Nostalgia fan, you are not capable of posting a link. But if you tell me what to look for, I can find it for you and post it here if I approve. Only mods can post links. So yeah. So I don't know. I just don't understand. I don't get that. Like, who bullied you in high school, Ryan Johnson? Like, was that your thing? Were you just bullied by Star Wars fans in high school? And like, you just wanted to grow up and your life goal was to wreck the Star Wars franchise and fuck all the fans in the ass? Is that it? Ryan Johnson, troll level 10. Yeah, which is like really shitty. I mean, that just shows you how petty and immature he is as a human being, that he can be this quote, top tier director and still just make a movie that's that immature in its targeting. Uh-huh. Okay, Anand Kasuja, fine. I don't mind Kylo Ren being like, your parents were these drunk loser people. But the way he does it, it's like as if she's supposed to expect that her parents were someone. We have no reason to expect that. I'm okay if he's like, your parents are never coming back for you because they're drunk losers. Like, oh, you kept yourself down for so long. You kept yourself down for so long waiting for them to come back, but they're never coming back because they suck. That's fine, but that's not how he framed it. He framed it as the big reveal about who raised parents. Haven't you ever wondered who they were, what they meant, who they were in this big, greater universe? No, she didn't. She just wanted them to fucking come home so she would have parents again. Anyway, so agree, disagree. Andy A. Kessler or Andia Kessler or Andy A. Kessler. I'm going with Andy A. Kessler. That seems to make the most sense. This comment was flagged as hate speech. Hooray for hate speech. God, please, nobody sample that clip. Please. Yeah. Ryan had a good future as an emoji model. Yar har har. Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean it's I mean I think you could Andy A. Andy A. Kessler. I did it. I did the logical thing. Fuck you, delete system 32. Oh, prominent. This is your total just prominent YouTuber lauds hate speech on live stream. Okay, not that prominent. sarcasm. Nobody cares about this live stream except for you guys because you guys are the best people in the world. So Ted for a simple reason. Yeah. So yeah, what do you think Lando's gonna do in episode 9? Die in disgrace, nullify everything that is important about his character, be married to a robot, and then die. That's what I think Lando's gonna do. Shut up, Joseph Beckett. I called myself out on my calling myself out. Anyway. Don't worry, they won't notice the Last Jedi's flaws with Ben Swalow's overwhelming thickness. That was just so weird. That was not his real body. This couldn't have been. Of course, they'll still come after me because we're all important. Anyway, yeah, at least George Lucas was mostly subtle about his big ego. No, I agree that Lucas was. I don't think it was ever an ego problem with Lucas. I think it was that he was so determined. He had such a specific vision, and he got precious about it. It was less that he was egotistical and thought he was so fucking great, and more that I think he got precious about his vision as he got bigger and more important. So it was not so much like, I am the greatest ever, watch what I can do, and more that he got to be like, this is how I imagine it in my head, and this is the movie I'm gonna make, so fuck all of you. Which is the way he's kind of always been. He's definitely one of those like vision purists where he wants it to look the way it does in his head, and he's never satisfied until it does. And if it does look the way it does in his head, he doesn't really give a shit what the critics say. So I don't think it's so much ego with Lucas, though. I never got that impression from listening to him talk about Star Wars or even in his quality of filmmaking. Yeah. And look, Lucas did not cater to his fans. However, Lucas also did not go out of his way to shit on them. He did not go out of his way to ignore or disparage or subvert them. Lucas didn't pander to the fans because he already had it in his head what he was going to do and where it was going to go, and he didn't feel the need to take any fan input on writing that story. There's a difference between not catering to your fans because you have a vision that you want to realize, and not catering to your fans because you're actively taking a sandpaper dildo and fucking them in the ass with it. So, skip the next Star Wars. This will be Princess Leia's last appearance on screen. Or Princess Leia, Carrie Fisher's last appearance on screen. So there's a part of me that wants to see it for that. There's also I'm curious to see what they do with Lando's character. I think it is going to be a dumpster fire. I think it's going to suck, but I really want, because I feel like there's going to be so much to say about it, you know? There's going to be a lot to discuss about it and about its relationship with the rest of the trilogy and The Last Jedi and where it came to from that. And that analysis I'm really interested in. As a filmmaker, like, I have watched movies that I knew I wasn't going to like because I know they're good pieces of cinema. I mean, that's the argument for still watching Birth of the Nation, is that actually it's a groundbreaking piece of cinema. And I haven't watched it yet, but I'm still curious. It's not because I think it's a good movie that spreads a positive message or is going to make me happy or feel good, but there's something I can gain intellectually from it. And I'm not going to have a complete picture of how Disney handled this sequel trilogy unless I watch every movie in the trilogy. So that's sort of my only justification for why I'm going to see it, basically. Now, am I going to try to get around actively giving money? I might. I actually would want to. I do want to. So anyway, Lando will be brutally strangled by Doctor Strange's magic cape. Yeah, of course I watched Willow. It's a great movie. Oh, I offended Psych. La 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 la. Not listening. Kidding. I know you're not really offended. Or someone offended you. Or maybe someone is. Someone's firing my lasers all over the place. Full fat videos on Raylo. I have not, but I'm curious now. What is the next franchise do you think they will destroy with the SJW propaganda? Hopefully not Ghostbusters. Well, let's see. They tanked the Oceans franchise, which is dumb, by the way, because Ocean's 8 is just a sequel, and it makes sense that it's all women based on the plot, and like all that shit was logical. They did not need to market that as like NG women, but they did, and that's why that movie did badly. Yeah, so which was really sad. So like the SJWs broke that film and totally needlessly because it was actually a good movie. I guess yeah, Ghostbusters, but they're trying to reclaim that. I'm gonna have a special guest talk all about Dune sometimes in the next coming weeks because he's an absolute Dune fanatic. So we are gonna do a Dune video and then we'll do a Dune live stream. That's coming to you soon. So New Year's Eve, my daughter forced me to watch Ocean's 8. What did you think? Because honestly, I didn't think it was that bad of a movie. I actually thought it was pretty good, and I thought it suffered from bad marketing more than anything else. So what did you think, Laura? Because I really didn't. Yeah. I liked the book. The book was fine. My special guest has a lot of feelings on it. So I know the actor who's gonna be what's his butt is in Beautiful Boy, so I'm gonna watch Beautiful Boy and get a better sense of that as well. So Dune book, guys, Dune book for the Atreides. I don't think I ever saw the Dune movies. Oh, you hate Anne Hathaway. Oh, that's fair. That'll sort of ruin it for you. There's a couple things I didn't. I thought that for my biggest criticism was that it was too easy. Was that everything was a little too easy, but the rest of it for me was okay. One of those Fremen still suits. The Fremens! Terminator's next. Nah, I don't think they're gonna make more Terminator movies. Unless they will, unless they're gonna make like the Lady Terminator or make the Terminator movie in which we realize that the Terminator was really just a metaphor for toxic masculinity and now he must die. So Rambo. Let's SJW Rambo. I do think you're going to see that though. I think you're going to see a war against violent films in Hollywood, which makes me sad. I think you're going to see it more of like a push against more of a commentary against violence in films because apparently violence is a toxic masculine thing, as opposed to just a shit that happens in the world. The end. So. Oh, Terminator is going super woke. I haven't followed. That's really sad. Forced my daughter to watch Avengers Infinity War, and she loved it. Go, Mom! Look at you, Mom, and good job, Mom. Terminator Gillette Edition. Oh, boy. Oh, they are making an all-female Terminator movie or series. No. Ah, Dusty Boot. You like the teddy bear. That's good, because some other people think that it's evil and terrifying, so I'm glad that you enjoy him. He enjoys you. Rambo with him Rambutt, and it'll be gay porn. Sorry, Rugus. Rambutt the gay porn probably already exists. For gun rights, yet a lot of Hollywood makes their movie on gun violence. Yeah, no, it is interesting that these are the same people who are like, guns are bad. Let's go shoot everybody. Guns are not bad. People who use guns inappropriately are bad. Can we do things in this country to make sure that fewer people are in possession of weapons inappropriately? Yes, we can. Should we stop responsible citizens from owning guns? Probably not. Do people need to own assault rifles? They really don't. Do I really want to own an assault rifle? You fucking bet I do. So that's what I got for you. Like it's like an intellectual conundrum sometimes because on the one hand it's like, all right, and that's the whole thing for me is there are certain guns, like if you like just guns, if you're a gun enthusiast and you like guns and having them and looking at them and inspecting them and cleaning them and taking them apart and putting them together, etc. You don't necessarily need ammo. I mean, I think there can be like you can make more non-lethal rounds for the sake of like nobody needs an assault rifle for fucking home defense. If you want to go fire your assault rifles don't do squat to emus. Yep, the Australians found that one out the hard way. If you want to go fire your assault, well, that was actually part of the reason they lost the wars because they were wasting so many bullets per emu that it became totally not cost effective. Only rich people own assault rifles in America. True that. So it's like if you want to own your assault rifle and have like non-lethal rounds that you can go shoot at a range, that's fine. I don't think you need to own, butt fucking tons of rounds for an assault rifle. But like on the flip side of that, I really, really want to shoot an assault rifle. So all women Terminator. That just sounds pointless. Not that women can't be psychotic murder machines. Like, we definitely can't. Like, I totally could be a psychotic murder machine. But they'll cast somebody equally as soft as fucking Brie Larson, and it'll be boring and stupid. Now, if you make Charlize Theron into Terminator, I might get on board. But a lot of it is about the casting. It's about the story. It's about the marketing. And the problem is they don't care about casting or story or marketing anymore. They care about, is my film woke? And that's it. And if your film is woke, fuck you. It's not going to make money. Deal with it. Andy A. Kessler says, if you can't buy an assault rifle that's better quality than the military at the same store you buy beer and diapers, it's not real freedom. I can't tell if that's sarcasm or not. I like to think that it is, because I don't think that's what freedom is. Again, as much as I would like to own an assault rifle, I should stop unraveling my sweater, shouldn't I? Yes, Jesse, please stop unraveling this. No. My sweatshirt is unraveling. It is difficult. Look at this. Look at what I've done. Look at what I've... The wokeness awards. We should do the wokeness awards. An assault rifle. An assault rifle is... I feel like the definition again. There is actually an addition for an assault rifle. There's no definition for assault weapon. Do not confuse assault rifle and assault weapon. Assault weapon is not a real thing. It is a generalized term. But assault rifle does actually have a specific definition. It does refer to the type of magazine used, the firing action. Select fire rifle and intermediate caliber with attachable magazine. There you go. Thank you, Anna Logan, 1989. There you go. That's what it is. Like, I knew, because I've looked this up. I've educated myself on this fact before. There is, yes, an assault rifle is a real thing. It is a class of weapons with a real definition. Assault weapon, however, is a non-real term that's used as a generalization. Yes, I did not think full auto was illegal. It's illegal maybe in some places, but it's not blanket illegal. It's just more difficult to get. So, yes, I'm using a knife. Scissors are too far away. Knife was an easy reach. So, and this knife is still really sharp, turns out, even though I've had this knife. I think it might have been sharpened once or twice over the years, but I've had this knife for over a decade now, actually. And now I'm going to get better at using it, because Tony Clark sent me a manual on how to better use a balisong, which is the fancy way to say butterfly knife. Yeah. Used to be able to throw it closed, catch it open. Not going to do that right now. Could try it actually by practice one, because out of concern for my health and safety, the person who sent me the manual also sent me this nice little practice one that's totally dull. See, doesn't really have a blade. Let's see how thick that is. It doesn't really have a blade, doesn't have a point. It's new and it's a little sticky and it's a different shape and a different weight, so I'm still getting used to using it. But no, this is why I practice. Right, so that's how you shave that beard. Damn right, Blind Lobster. That's not how you do the trick. You used to be able to do this, like I said. Not how you do it. That's how you stab yourself in the gut. Yeah, I'll practice this another time. Anyway, so that's like the majority of what I know how to do with this guy. Also, so it's got this spring hinge on it that's really, really tight right now. My sad little grip can barely even do it with one hand. Come out to the Mid-Atlantic region and we'll go shooting. All right, Rugus, I'm from Philly, so I don't know what I'm about to say. That's not a knife. Yep. Hell with a butterfly knife. I'm going to become good with it one day. I've always wanted to. Always wanted to be. People have used assault rifle to defend their homes. Not the point, though. American gun rights are nothing more than a check and balance of government power, which is such a ridiculous argument right now. Because honestly, do you understand like our military might, which is really, really funny, because a lot of the same people who advocate for the right to bear arms without any restrictions whatsoever are the same people who are also, get their panties in a wad when anyone suggests reducing military spending. Like, I don't know if you understand how grossly overfunded the American military is, which is ridiculous as a prospect, because it is such an overfunded program, and yet the money is going to all of the wrong places, because you talk to actual soldiers and they're being forced to buy some of their own gear, which is utter bullshit. So you want to talk about government mismanagement and why we apparently can't trust our government with any funds ever whatsoever, which is why we need some more serious oversight into government spending before you start pumping more money into government programs. So you have shit like that. You have, oh, Black Angus reviews, welcome. Now I'm talking about government spending. So you have, like, we're pumping money into the military, and we've had actually instances where they've put together the military spending package, and they're like, here you go, here's your allocated funding. And people at the heads of certain departments will be like, yo, we don't need that much money for this stuff, like, at all. That's way more than we need. And yet on the flip side, you're having, again, infantrymen who are having to buy their own uniforms and buy their own equipment because their standard issue stuff is so shoddy and so crappy. So it's the money is there. The money is in our military. It's being mishandled and misused. It's being totally, and it's so overfunded and so padded and so powerful that this idea that somehow allowing private citizens to buy assault rifles is going to protect us against our own country is totally absurd and inane. I mean, if America wants to put down any kind of revolution or uprising from its own people, it just rolls in a few tanks. What the fuck are we going to do about it? You know, you can't get grenades. I mean, yeah, if you're smart, you can make your own bombs and shit like that, but you don't need a fucking Second Amendment to do that. You know, you just need what? Soap and a few other ingredients. Thank you, Fight Club, for teaching me these things. So, anyway, so it's just dumb. It's just dumb. Henry Lozano, there is no other foreign military that even comes nearly close to where we are, in terms of military might. We don't need to be this padded. This is the equivalent of somebody saying that they might push you in the hallway tomorrow at school, and so you show up with a fucking rocket launcher to defend yourself. Like, that's the mismatch of power when we talk about our military might versus anybody else. A bomb building instructional video. I think I will get kicked off the internet for that. Yeah, that shit's not happening. So yeah. Also, again, the people, the citizens, what the fuck are you gonna do about it? If another country, any country with a military strong enough to invade our country, first of all, it doesn't exist. But if it did, again, your assault rifle ain't doing shit against them. Likewise, if we need to rise up against our own country, which is why that right has been put into our constitution, then once again, our country is so fucking dominant. All right, we dominate the air and sea. You fly even more reason why your assault rifle is going to do nothing against the government, because they're not even going to send infantry. They're just going to show up with fighter jets and fucking strafe wherever you are, and then you're dead. I mean, there's no conceivable way, unless you get a hold of fucking nuclear technology, that an armed militia takes on the U.S. fucking military. I'm sorry, that's just this insane pipe dream. And again, I'm all about the right to bear arms. I think that that's written in our Constitution. We have that right. I like guns. I enjoy shooting them. I think they're a lot of fun. I think that so many of the problems in this country are fixed by just a greater emphasis on education, including gun violence, including money distribution in our economy, including abuse of welfare programs. These are all fixed if you fucking educate your people, right, Lando? Right, Lando? Lando's here. He's like, Mom, it's okay. Calm down. It's fine. It's fine. You ever seen a bad guy freedom slapped so hard they disappear? I have. I'd like to see that. Andy A. Kessler says nukes should be protected by the Second Amendment. I don't think nukes count as arms. I believe nukes count as weapons of mass destruction. And I believe that the Second Amendment is superseded by things like NATO. Never declaw your cats. Agreed. I do trim their nails, however, because they do like to walk all over me and sometimes knead my body. And that'd be really uncomfortable. That's really uncomfortable when their claws get really long. Because America made those civilian bomb shelters. Yeah. What's my favorite beer? Henry, I think it might be the New Holland Dragon's Milk, which is I believe it's a bourbon barrel aged stout, imperial style stout. It's super strong, but it's also very creamy, and I love it. He does love me. He probably wants dinner. He's like, Mom, I'm hungry. I'm hungry too, kitten. I'm hungry too. What if nukes identify as arms? You know what? If nukes identify as arms, then I'm being racist if I deny them to the people. So declawing cats, they don't oppress bird kind. That's right. That's fucked up. No, you can oppress whoever you want, but there are no birdies in my apartment. Hi, cutie pie. Where are you going? Show me a cat lover, and I will show you a friend for life. Mark Twain. Good quote. Yeah. So, kitten. All right, I do still have a little bit of wine left in my glass. It's like a super chat's worth. Maybe a $2 super chat's worth of wine. Toxic cat salinity. Tactical fleshlight. Oh, I don't even want to think about what that is. I get in. One of your eyebrows grew in black. Your eyebrows are usually white, but one of them grew in black. Kitten. The cat reminds me of Gillette for some reason. We should save that cat. This is toxic masculinity right here. How'd you like the meltdown in New Orleans? They're literally shaking. Look, bro, you learn how to deal with it, you know? That's like kudos to my fan base for fucking owning it like champs, even though we care. Going off to use a Gillette. Nah, them Saints fans need to grow the fuck up. Is what I think. And them Saints peeps. Mermaid Man parody of Aquaman trailer. I have not, but that sounds excellent. I want to watch this now. Oh, goodness. Oh, I was getting sleepy, guys. I was getting very sleepy. I do need to finish this wine, though. If anyone would like to give me a reason to do that, I would be much obliged. How do you feel about this knife, Kat? Do you like this knife better than the other knife that you were smart enough not to lick? Well, apparently he recognizes that this one is blunt and therefore not a threat to his safety. Thank you. I love my Lando. My Lando is very cute. Dallas Cowboys suck shit, and Dak is a garbage quarterback, so you can cry. Ezekiel Elliott will eventually go to prison for getting caught doing a real crime, because apparently beating women is not a real crime still, but we knew that. And Dak sucks. Dak sucks monkey balls. How many games did it take for him to throw for over 300 yards even? Yeah, he sucks. I get in. That's the knife. Cowboys, look, as long as Jerry Jones is the owner, Cowboys are not going to the Super Bowl. Because Jerry Jones keeps Jason Garrett around because Jason Garrett is a little ginger puppet that does whatever he says. And Jerry Jones does not like to be challenged. So he enjoys that situation. Therefore, he's going to keep his crap ass coach that does nothing and allow his crap ass coach who knows nothing to staff the rest of the team or the rest of the coach's office. And therefore, never ever develop Dak into anything more than the crappy quarterback he is. College football, NFL football. Eddie Kessler's gonna have money's worth. All right, college football is not better than NFL football because there are no Philadelphia Eagles in college football. CGI guy disproved the light aspect of fake moon landing. Okay, so it's not a fake moon landing. Cool. Or maybe it's not a fake. When did we start having the moon landing, bro? Anyway, moon landings were okay. So I am not from South Philly. I'm from just outside of Philly. I'm from like southwestern. I'm just outside of Overbrook Park, where Will Smith is from. So oh yeah, no, the NFL is better because it's more real. It's just not. I mean, okay. So here's a thought about football in general. So you have all this talk about the concussions and shit like that, and it is really bad for young kids. College is better. You're just all right, Andy A. Kessler. College is not better because you still have a bunch of skills players who are not playing their correct positions. There are some things that are so as someone who appreciates the tactical progression of the NFL, college for me doesn't do it because it's just players running all over the field. They're doing shit you can never do in the NFL. And honestly, most of that is because the offensive and defensive line play is not up to snuff. Part of the reason for that is that very few kids don't usually get recruited. I mean, occasionally people get recruited into college. who were linemen in high school, but for the most part, it's a lot of skills players. There's a lot of tight ends, like big meaty tight ends and running backs, that end up becoming your offensive tackles, and wide receivers that turn into cornerbacks, things like that. So you have a lot of movement in your skills positions, which means that your trenches, because again, it's like I think your defensive tackles are your skills positions. Sorry, no, your defensive ends, I think, are the skills positions that are probably the most important to develop at a earlier age. I think there's the biggest learning curve there. But you can teach anybody anybody who has football sense, or is smart enough to figure it out. You can teach them and has the size to be a lineman. So your lines, your offensive and defensive lines, are not as powerful as they are in the NFL, which leads to certain theatrical elements because you got the quarterback running around a whole lot more. You don't have the same type of run blocking, but you don't have the same type of run tackling. So you have certain little fun runs going all over the place. You have linebackers playing linebacker for the first time, safeties playing safety for the first time. You don't totally understand their role. So you can have these trick plays and these flea flicker plays that move the ball around and psych out your defensive players and that are really fun and flashy, offensively speaking. But you also in college, you tend to have, I mean, there's a few really good games in the season, sure, but you also have a lot of horrible mismatches. You have games where the one team was never in any universe going to beat the other. And because the NFL are pros, they're paid professionals, it's like any given Sunday. I mean, obviously for a little while there was no chance the Browns are going to beat anybody ever, but even this season, any given Sunday, you put the Browns up against any team in this league, and there was a chance that they were going to come away with that victory. I mean, you look at it, the Eagles' worst season in recent memory was the last one in the Chip Kelly era, and that season, or was it the one after? Was the first one in Doug? I'm blanking at this point. But the bottom line was, I'm drinking your super chat, your second super chat. But the bottom line was that season the Eagles beat the Patriots, who ended up winning the Super Bowl. So, anyways, pro sports are like slavery, sort of best stock drafted, but it's elected by the players. So what do you do? All right, Chip Kelly fucking sucks. Chip Kelly's a loser. So, anyway, so I just need to see if I missed anything from Andy and whatnot. I'm sorry, the Eagles are currently the reigning Super Bowl champions. So for the next couple weeks, fuck off everybody else. And Chip sucked. So that's the thing about the slavery element of it, and why I'm actually an advocate. So here's the thing. So Adam Ruins Everything. If you guys ever watch that, it's kind of annoying, but kind of interesting. He makes one good point regarding, for me, one really important point regarding, I'll take the Rams, but I hate them both. 3:20 a.m. in Argentina. I'm barely conscious, so I'll leave now. Really enjoyed the stream. Thanks, Lux Millite. Thank you for being here, and I'm glad you were. Get some sleep, dude. Have another on me. College football is better. It's not! But here's my proposal. So, I appreciate the super chats and the argument. So Adam Ruins Everything does bring up the good point of like, why do we make children play contact football when it gives them concussions and causes injuries? All right, I can dig it. It is a little fucked up to put that pressure on children who can't really make that conscious choice. And like I said, most players aren't getting drafted from high school into college for their offensive tackling, their defensive tackling, things like that. Those positions are easier if you already have football knowledge and football skills and the right athleticism and the right size. You can coach that up fairly quickly over the 4 years. And when you're looking at college sports, the majority of your starters are upperclassmen anyway. So by the time that they go through their first couple years learning how to be a defensive tackle, a defensive end, whatever it is, playing these tackle positions, your by the time they're starting for the team, they know what they need to know, and the game doesn't suffer any. So I think you could take the tackle element out of high school and below football. I think you could take it out entirely. I think you could just go to flag. So a funny thing, Geek of the Week, there is no technology that will make a helmet prevent concussions. The nature of the way these concussions happen, the nature of a lot of the concussions that happen in the NFL, they happen on the line, and it's not actually the impact. It's the impact that causes your brain to rattle in your skull. It's actually your brain impacting inside of your skull that causes the concussion. Aussie rules football and rugby. What are these things called? Pads. What is this thing called? You're dead. But anyway, so I think that you can eliminate the tackle element from high school and below, from any football that involves minors. And LGBT stands for Let's Get This Bread. I dig it. So Malcolm Butler was a practice squad player before he won the Pats Super Bowl 49. There you go. I see. That's see. You can be terrible and then eventually be good. And then they benched him in Super Bowl 52. Why did they do that? Who knows? But we benefited. So fuck it. The repeating impact since you were a kid. No, exactly. It's the repeating impact. It's the jostling over and over and over again that causes the injuries over time. So you can take tackle though. I think you can really take tackle out of children's football and not have an impact on the overall quality of the NFL. By the time these players get to the NFL, they will have just as many skills at the tackle positions as they need. YouTuber Mike Zero, he's full of shit most of the time. He really is. He's full of shit like 98% of the time, and I think he's obnoxious because he thinks he's so fucking cool and he's full of shit. That's all. That's pretty much it. Unless they invented helmet that absorbs kinetic energy, concussions will always be a thing. Exactly, and we're way far off from that. Who would have thought that constant head injuries would result in something negative? So there you go. And again, like when you're at the pro level, we're talking college and pros, you're an adult now. You can make your own life choices. You understand the risks and the rewards involved with that. If you decide that you want to risk traumatic brain injury, and you want to risk dying young for those multi-million-dollar contracts and living a really, really sweet life and providing for your family, that's a choice you're allowed to make as an adult. But we shouldn't force children into making those choices. The same reason they took heading out of soccer for like the little children's, because head injuries, same shit. It's not real football if you can't find teeth on the field to take as souvenirs after the game. Fair enough. But again, for children who don't have a choice, who don't have, the say in the matter, I'm okay with taking the getting you killed element out of the game. I get kittens asleep on my lap right here. So, yeah, but adults get to make their own choices. So, yes, I'm all for like improving safety for these players as best we can. But again, at the end of the day, they made a decision. They made an educated decision regarding what they wanted to do with their life and how they wanted to make money. Now, I do think that going back to that, there's certain things that need to be addressed at the NCAA level because you have the benefits of repeated brain injury. Hooray. No one is forcing children to wear jerseys and pads. I mean, some parents are. Some parents are forcing their children to play football, and telling them they need a scholarship and things like that. Also, the argument stands like parents are the responsible for making the decision for their children. Children don't have the developmental level necessarily to make those decisions for themselves, to understand the full ramifications of those decisions. So we know you can get hurt. We are not responsible. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. But again, I'm okay with them working towards improving the safety of the sport. But yeah, like you're making an educated decision as an adult to do that. Now, the NCAA level, when you're talking about recruiting these athletes and then pushing them through when they should be failing out and making sure they get C's in their dumb classes where they're not learning any actionable skills that they can take into the real world. Not that college teaches you those anyway, but they put them on a track. They sort of force them into a track where it's pros or bust. Some of these people have really shitty lives after that, or they're forced to choose to go pro even when they maybe don't want to because there's literally nothing else they can do. So I just think our education system is broken as well. That's a big part of it. Mutant League football. What? I heard about horseball recently. That sounds dope. It's a European sport. Any of my Euros out there? Dude, scholarships get a hotness. Dude, cheerleaders get a hotness scholarship. If you're good enough at football, one day Trump may invite your team to the White House and feed you like 40 for $4. Yeah. Yeah, look, I'm all for media reform as well. I think that media spreads shitty messages as well. I'm all for reform across the board. Stranger, thanks for being. You've been here since almost the beginning, so thank you for being here this whole time. I'm starting to fatigue, so I think I'm probably gonna bounce too. But now I got this cat on my lap, so I can't go anywhere anyway. Go for some Burger King. Don't say that. I think I'm gunning for Chinese food right now. How many teams have declined that so far? I mean, we'll see. We all know that if the Pats win, they're going to the White House because Robert Kraft practically fucks Trump in the butt. So, the Trump football thing shows he's not concerned with trivial matters too much. Wait, the fact that Trump. So wait, what do you like about it? Black Angus Reviews, clarify. What do you like about the quote Trump football thing? Because I'm very curious as to what exactly you're referring to, because I think perhaps you've missed a couple important stories and facts regarding this everything. I'll wait. Football teams equals mad money. Yes, they do. Hurling when you were a kid? Not curling, hurling, which is the thing I don't know about. Interesting. But like I said, horseball is a thing, which is basically like handball on horses, which is stuff. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering too, Moo Moo. But Black Angus has gone quiet, so we must wait. We must wait. Because I'm ready. I'm like gunning up here, keying up here. I want to watch football without the politics. I'm about that. On that note, though, like on that same note, though, if a player wants to protest, a player gets to protest, and if you don't want to see that, just turn it on after the anthem, or don't pay attention, or don't care. Like, it's not that big and in your face. More concerned with border security and a deal than gaining over a championship team. Ultimately, trivial. Obama discussed playoff record for college years. Okay, so Trump, if he didn't care, he would have said, "Sorry, we can't do the dinner. We'll postpone it until after the shutdown." He obviously did care enough to make sure they were still coming there, and enough to buy all of his own favorite foods, which is like, I'm sorry, we're talking about a multi-billionaire, supposedly, who is cheap enough to fucking buy fast food for these fucking college athletes, and to not be smart enough to understand that college athletes need a very serious diet. Like, that's not caring. That's just fucking rude. That's like, hey, come have some KFC on me, when, you know, you guys are athletes. You probably eat really, really strict diets of things that will make you stronger and better at your sports and stuff. Also, obviously, Trump does care about these trivial things, because he uninvited the Eagles last year when a bunch of players said they weren't going to come. So obviously he does care and gets super petty over these things, because the Eagles, a handful of players, I mean, a good chunk of the players last year were like, we're not going to, I'm sorry, we're not gonna go to the White House because we don't agree with you. We don't really want to meet you or be there. And so he was like, all right, fuck you. None of you are coming. And like, there were some players that did want to go. So what about them? Sucks. And yeah, I mean, I don't think that was like, if you don't care, if it's not important to you, fucking don't bring them there. But what an insult to be like, oh my God, we're inviting you to this dinner at the White House where we're going to give you the shit you eat when you're drunk on the off season. Like, I'm sorry. I don't see that as being a positive thing. I don't think it's a race thing, whatever, either. I think it's just trumping fuck. Oh, with the Eagles, it was not all black players. And it was not all black players, but the point is like, you don't have it both ways in this discussion, though. You can't be like, oh, Trump doesn't care about these things because they're trivial. If he made Trump made a huge fucking deal about it. His tweets, that's not the media. Those are his tweets I'm talking about. I'm talking about his goddamn tweets, not the fucking media or the fucking fake news. All right. You can't deny facts. Hey, you'll get in. He uninvited the Eagles because not everyone wanted to go, and he took it fucking personally and had a tantrum and fucking uninvited them. So I'm sorry. Apparently that was important to him. That was not trivial to him. But Clemson is trivial enough. That championship is trivial enough to him that he cannot make a huge deal about it. I'm sorry, he did make a huge deal about it. He tried to act like he was some goddamn kind of hero for out of his own pocket, out of his own generosity, providing them their meal when he bought them goddamn fast food. I'm sorry, even amidst the shutdown, there's still plenty of higher end restaurants that probably would have been willing to cater for the White House for a reduced price. Given that it's the fucking White House. And did he even try? No, he was like, have some Burger King. Like, I'm sorry. No, that's not him making a commentary on the importance of border security over football. That's him just being fucking out of touch. That's just him deciding that what would he want to eat tonight? If he's got to foot the bill, what would he want to eat? He bought all of his favorite foods because that's what he would want to eat. Momo, I like KFC and I'm like an athlete. That's so right. Yeah, exactly, Fripp. Exactly, Fripp 25. So don't give me that shit. That's just another example of his selfishness, not his fucking political prioritizing. Which, by the way, this border security doesn't need to be this long, prolonged shutdown issue. That is not a good reason to hold a White House hostage. Again, no comment about yeah. No, it wasn't last minute. It was not last minute Black Angus reviews. This was like his decision. He absolutely had the resources to do something way bigger than that. Also, by the way, I've worked in catering for a long time. If a company gets called up and is like, hey, you're catering the White House tonight, make it happen, they will fucking make it happen. This was like a more, he had time to make something happen and he didn't do it. So yeah. Chicken buckets full of mashed potatoes. Ew. So the thing with the border issue is that this does not need to be a government shutdown. We had a bipartisan agreement, as in the Democrats and the Republicans both agreed on a spending bill that would keep the government open and defer action on the border security issue, which seems reasonable because 800,000 people don't need to suffer while the Dems and the Republicans duke it out over border security. Now what's happening is that Trump, because Trump was the one, let's not forget, Trump is the one who rejected the bill. The Democrats and the Republicans both sat down and said, we are cool with this spending package. This spending package will keep the government open, and it will fund all of the other programs through the next year, and it will fund Homeland Security through the next couple months so that we can now sit down and hash out a deal about border security, since obviously we haven't come to terms on that. Moo, that's the best thing I've heard regarding my hair and Trump's ever. Most people are like, nice Trump hair. But I agree with you. I agree with you completely. That is a beautiful sentiment. So anyway, like I was saying, the Republicans didn't shut down their government. They're not responsible for the shutdown. The Democrats didn't shut down the government. They're not responsible for the government shutdown. Thank you, Fripp. The Republicans and the Democrats sat down and said, here is a spending bill we both agree on that will keep these systems open so that we don't have to put people out of work just before the holidays. And we will defer action on the border wall because we cannot come to a consensus at this time. They did the mature adult thing, and Trump had a fucking tantrum. And exactly, Trump said straight up in an interview that he would take responsibility for the shutdown, and Trump is solely responsible for the shutdown. Solely, him alone. Not the Republican Party, solely him alone. He offered to take the responsibility for it, and now he gets to, and that's just how it fucking is. So there you go. I mean, you don't get to now swing it. You don't get to say, be all brave and bravado about, I'm going to take responsibility for this, and then turn around and be like, no, it's someone else's responsibility. Great, Rugus. But the point is that 800,000 people are needlessly suffering right now in this country because Trump had a tantrum. That's it. That's what happens. Right? This is not a partisan issue even. This is Trump had a tantrum. This is the Republicans and the Democrats are still both working to get it together. It's not that I hate my president. I do hate my president, but I don't see how you can look at this situation and think that Trump is doing the right thing. he has funding for the rest of the government programs. There is no reason. And look, again, if his whole play was, I'm going to shut the government down because I want to try to get this done, I want to try to put the pressure on and get my wall funded before the Democrats take the House, I understand that. Rugus, the bill was passed by the Senate and the House just before the shutdown took place. And then Trump said no. The bill was approved by the Senate and the House, and Trump was like, "It doesn't have funding for my wall. I'm not going to do it." That happened. Everybody agrees that happened. Nobody does not agree that happened. What do you mean no bill? The Senate put together a bipartisan spending bill that passed, that went to the House, who was positive on it. I don't know if they officially voted to pass it, who was positive on it and willing to receive it until Trump turned around and said he wasn't going to sign it. It was not officially vetoed. I don't think it got through the House because I think he shot it down before it got that far. And then when it went back to the Senate to come up with a new bill, the Senate has since then said they're not going to create a bill that they know Trump won't approve. So yeah, no, this was a thing. This, before the shutdown happened, there was a bipartisan spending bill agreed upon by both the Senate and the House, both the Republicans and the Democrats. And so the point is like, if your idea was try to hold the government hostage to put pressure on them to get your wall funded before the Democrats took the House, then fine. I don't like it as a strategy. I don't think that's how democracy works. I think that's really how terrorists operate. But fine, if that's how you want to play things. But the reality is the Democrats have the House now. There's nothing you can fucking do about that. And they're not going to pass your wall. So all you're doing, this is a shutdown you created, you precipitated by denying the bipartisan spending bill. And now you are responsible for it. So you don't want to back down and they don't want to back down. Guess what? You created this mess. It's your job to fucking solve it. And if you look at the blanket polling, it's reflecting more poorly on him than on the Dems, so they don't have a reason to want to end it. Do I personally think that the Democrats have an onus to try to end it as well? Of course they do. But in the public eye, not as much. As long as the public polling suggests that people are still holding Trump more responsible for the shutdown than the Democratic Party, then there's no reason for them to cave. Logically, there's just no reason for them to cave. So he's trying to keep a campaign promise. Yes. And he's doing so by torturing 800 people. And this goes beyond just those 800 people now. And now it's even worse because he's forcing some of those people to come back to work without pay, right? At least the ones who are furloughed can find other work. They can make other money. He's forcing other people to work their 9 to 5 without money. So they either have to go try to make some money and not sleep and fucking die, or they have to figure out how the hell they're going to pay their bills without an income. So, as for him, sure. I mean, if you're Trump, yes. I think that at this point, yes. I'm not sure the Democrats under any circumstance are going to give him the wall unless it was like, hey, we'll give you funding for your wall if you resign. That's just the way the situation is right now. But the reality is he created the situation. He's ultimately responsible for how it plays out. And it's going to reflect back on him no matter what, no matter how he tries to spin it one way or the other. It's shown consistently. This is going to reflect back on him. And actually, for once in their fucking careers, the Democrats are actually sticking to their talking points correctly. One of the reasons the Democrats get steamrolled sometimes in elections and policy issues is because they're so idiotically out of touch with how to stay on message and create a message that people want to hear. And as their terror attack on a plane during this time, Trump is responsible. Trump is responsible for that, especially because he's forcing TSA workers to work without pay right now. He's forcing them to work without pay, which creates a lower quality of productivity. And as the government play, say, let it all burn. All right, delete system. The terms he offered to Pelosi, even Republican senators looked at those terms and said those were a joke. Those were never meant to be taken seriously. Republican senators looked at the terms he offered and was like, that's bullshit. Because he offered temporary, he didn't offer any fixes for any problems that the Democrats were asking for. He offered delayed action on certain issues. With no promise of permanent solutions for those issues in exchange for his wall, which is, of course, a permanent fixture. And this was even less than when the Democrats had come to him previously and offered him the $25 billion on the wall. Said, you can have all this fucking wall funding. You can actually build most of your wall with this money instead of just a tiny part of it, which is all $5.7 billion is going to get you. You can have a butt ton of wall money if you give us these things for DACA. And Trump was like, no. He said no to that. And so this is like even infinitesimally less than that. So it's like, why they'll give them back pay when the shutdown is over? Yeah, but they got to make it until then, you know. And not every employer is going to be not every property manager is sympathetic. Not every person at a grocery store is sympathetic. Also, if you've read any of the economic reports, if you've that's true, some of the furloughed employees won't receive back pay. And if you've read all the economic reports, this is actually going to have a really, really harsh impact on our economy. They're already projecting 1% decrease in the GDP growth. Exactly. Your bills today don't care about back pay tomorrow. This is true. Thank you, Rugus. I think we tore down the Berlin Wall when we could have repurposed it. Touche. That's funny. But yeah, then there's also a lot of small businesses that have contracts with the government that have lost those contracts and are not necessarily going to get those back and are going to see zero recompense for the money lost by losing those contracts. So there are a lot of ramifications of the shutdown that extend beyond just the government employees and their families. So it's at this point, it's just shutdown is already, well, this is true, but then again, you know, the U.S. has a policy of we don't negotiate with terrorists, and that's exactly what's happening. He's essentially holding the American people hostage in order to get what he wants. And the reality is once he didn't get that, once the House Democrats took office, he should have realized it was a lost cause that he was never going to win. Because the thing is, and once again, the money that he's costing the government, this is all on him. This is not, again, this is if you poll the public opinion. If you poll the public opinion, he is the one being largely held responsible for what's happening. So he is not used to losing. That is true. Anyway, no, it's been really hard for me not to make a video on this because I know no one cares about politics. Well, it's not even that. What my politics. It's more that I understand that the way that the climate of the world is today, if I make a video on we're talking about Trump at all, everyone's gonna flip out because everyone's way too fucking sensitive about that topic. So I don't make videos on it. But goddamn, I have so many goddamn feelings because I don't think this is democracy. It doesn't matter what policy he wanted. His policy could be, I'm holding the government hostage to end the murder of puppies. And until we have sweeping legislation that prevents any puppy from being tortured or harmed ever, I will not reopen the government. Hey, I'm all for that. I am all for not torturing puppies. I'm 100% for not torturing puppies. But this is not the democratic process. This is wrong. This is absolutely wrong. Anyway, so we have been an oligarchy for decades. That doesn't make it correct. That doesn't make it good. We've definitely been an oligarchy for a long ass time. And imagine being out to sea right now and not knowing if your home you're renting will still be there. That's upsetting. Video about the direct correlation between Trump and The Last Jedi sucking. I don't know. That would be actually a really funny satirical video to make, to be like, I don't know. So we elected Donald Trump president. So hold on, 2018. So The Force Awakens came out right after we elected Trump president. I'm just saying. Donald Trump is clearly responsible. That would actually be a fun video to do. And the real message would be highlighting the difference between causation and correlation. So that might be a fun one to do, because you could definitely make the case that right after we elected Trump, Star Wars started to suck. So I'm just saying that clearly it's Trump's fault that Star Wars sucks. Snoke equals Trump. Snoke has better hair than Trump, so no. Anyway, all right. I'm gonna go because I kind of want to order Chinese food before it closes. So, the Trump Awakens. That's what the video is going to be called. Thank you for the title for my video. That's gonna make people mad. TK, the Trump awakens. Gotta wait for the right time to release it, but it's going on the list. Sorry, I'm actually writing this down because I want to remember this because it's I think we should make illegal immigration punishable by death. That seems unnecessarily harsh. Does that include or exclude people who immigrate illegally and then ask for amnesty? Star Wars sucking. There we go. All right, go get White Castles instead of Chinese. So there's no White Castle around here. I have to get the frozen burgers from the thing. All right, I'm an immigrant. All right, so Oh. Yes, here's next Star Wars movie review you have to do it with your hand restraint. People have asked for that a few times. I'm gonna do that at some point. People have asked for that a few times, so we'll see about that. We'll see about doing that one. Is it cold where you are? Because you're in Scranton, PH 151. I'm freezing my butt off. Woo, Mega Jetty 1. Also a hi. What's from Scranton? It's not that cold. I also have a heated blanket, so fuck all y'all's. Thanks for being here, guys. I am gonna bounce. I am gonna bounce. I'm gonna go on my merry and get some tiny food. Hugs for all of you guys. Love for all of you guys. Cat paralysis. Help! I mean, at least your legs are warm if you have cat paralysis or whatever part of your body your cat is presumably lying on. Yeah. All right. Let's get a fuck Trump. Well, you can't say fucking election. Let's get an I hate Trump or down with Trump before we go. Let's do that because I know you guys all care about these things. Let's all get together and or just like type your feelings about Trump. If you love him, you love him. That's great. You're all entitled to that. That's great. So type your feelings about Trump before we go. That's what I want. Positive, negative, I don't care. I'm not going to mock you for him. No matter what, everyone's opinions are allowed here. So we got a hashtag Orange Man Bad. What else we got here? I do not like or care for the sentient Cheeto. There we go. I hate him less than Hillary. Okay. Down with emus. Humanity first. But see, one of the reasons I'm asking you to do this is because I love the diversity that I have on this channel. Real diversity, not the pretend kind that Disney does. Trump is giving me a superiority complex. Make mocking great again. He has huge hands. Yeah, huge like mine. My tiny hands. I have Trump hands. They're tiny. What Flaming TP said. Someone doesn't mean to be a good person to do a good job. Okay. He's neither of those things in my opinion, but Orange Man annoying. He is not the most awful human being, but close. I like that one. That one's good. Yeah. No, because we're all here together and we all love mindless entertainment, of course. Trump to Frump. My impression's pretty damn good. I'll keep working on it. I gotta get into his yelling voice too, because sometimes he does this. Republicans are not bad. Orange Man is bad though. Solid perspective. I can definitely get behind that. Definitely agree with that one. Trump card in effect. But yeah, no, I love this channel though. I love that we can have these conversations. I love that we can have these arguments, and I love that we're all here and no one gets fucking triggered. No one freaks the fuck out. No one cries. No one whines. No one runs away. I mean, maybe some people left the chat because they couldn't handle it, and so good, so fucking good. If that's Flaming TP, you're a psycho. I love it. Totally dig it. All right. Well, that was fun, but I love that. I love that we're all different people. I love that we can hate or love Trump and still agree on lots of things. I love that Vladimir Putin is better than Donald Trump. He's certainly smarter. Fripp, I'm with you. I'm right in the middle right now. Ron Paul is better than Trump. He makes more sense most of the time, which is really upsetting, kind of. Most people in politics are liars and thieves. Yep, I agree with you on that one. You gotta say bigly and huge every time you do a Trump impression. We've all got to get to Zachapa. Come here for the cute girl who yells, "Thank you, Rugus." It's too hot here to be offended. Yeah, happy summertime. Bigly. My channel is so bigly good. Vladimir Putin is president. I mean, like, come on, he's basically our president as it is. Trump does anything he asks. All right, this was fun. This was a delight. I enjoyed every minute of this. God, I've been doing this for a long ass time. Well, you guys kept me amused. I hope I kept you amused as well. So, have a wonderful evening and good night.